What's going on, Giants fans? It's my first time going live, so bear with me. Can you guys hear me? If there's anybody on, let me know. Let me know. Maybe I need to put that on. There we go. That stops it. What's going on, King Ja? All right, welcome to the stream, brother. Thank you for stopping by. So, let's see. So today I just wanted to touch on a few things Giants related. Of course, you know we got a lawsuit. The Giants have a lawsuit from a former employee saying that there was violence in the workplace and it was a hostile work environment. He actually claims that he got beat up and tackled by a former employee who's no longer with us as well. But I've been hearing a lot lately. Everybody's picking Dallas to win the division. Everybody's got us third in the division. You know, it's kind of bothering me because they're saying that we're only going to win 5 games this year. We won 6 last year without any of the additions that we added this year. So I'm just wondering where they went to school at and where they learned math, because, you know, if we was able to win 6 games without a Saquon Barkley, without the weapons that we added, without a cornerback number 2, you know, with no offseason, no OTAs, under a new regime and a brand new system, we were still able to win 6 games and actually be in contention for the division championship. So I just don't understand where these people get their statistics from or their arithmetic from. I don't understand their logic, but I do understand that they just love to hate on the Giants. We are the biggest sports market. New York is the biggest sports market. It is the best market for sports. Everybody knows that. It is a high-class organization from top to bottom at the New York Giants organization. So I just don't understand why these people is trying to say that we ain't going to win more than 5 games. But I'm going to laugh at the end of the season when we bust everybody ass and we in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Pardon my French, but, you know, I am a New Yorker. I'm from the Bronx. So sometimes some words going to come out that everybody might not be happy with. So what? I'm not here to please everybody. I don't care about your feelings. I only care about my wife's feelings and my kids' feelings. That's that. Anyway, I damn sure don't care about Philly fans' feelings or Dallas Cowgirls fans' feelings. I respect Washington. I respect their coach. But I think we're going to beat them too, man. I think we're going to sweep the division. If not, at the very least, I think we go 5-1 in the division. I think we might split 1 game with Washington. But I don't see Dallas beating us at all. I don't see Philly beating us at all. You know, a lot of people ain't been paying attention. All them cats are some real haters. Let me see how we do this show. Yeah, there you go. There you go. King Ja, thank you for stopping in the stream. He says, all them cats are some real haters. Man, we are the most hated football team in all the free world. I agree. I agree. They forever hating on us. You know what I'm saying? But it's all right. They hated Jesus too. You know. It's okay. All the greats get hated. You know. But yeah, so I just, you know, it's my first live stream. You know, I got a small platform. I ain't making too much noise, but eventually I will, because I'm gonna keep putting out these bangers. I'm gonna keep putting out all these videos about Giants and the Giants facts and the Giants history and all the things that gets negated in the press. You know, a lot of these great organizations that are doing real good now, You know, they all stem from the Bill Parcells family tree, the Bill Parcells family tree, rather, or the Tom Coughlin tree, or the Bill Belichick tree. You know, Sean Payton. You know, all them guys is from New York. They all played under Parcells. You know, Lombardi went to Green Bay and made them great. He was a Giants coach. Tom Landry went to Dallas and did what he did over there. He was a Giants coach. You know what I'm saying? So they don't give us no credit, but they always hating on us. But it's all good though, because that's, you know, that just fuels the fire. With the type of coaching staff that we have, coach like Joe Judge, a defensive genius like Patrick Graham, and the gritty players that we got. Let's not forget we have 16 or 17 linebackers right now. What's good? What's good? What's good? Thank you for stopping in the stream, brother. Uh, he says, "What's up, Giants fam? What's up? What's up? We're glad to have you in the stream, brother. GNation, stand up, man. This our year, man. Giants Nation, this is our year. You know, and I hear all these other fans, Philly fans, Dallas fans, all on their platforms talking crazy, talking reckless. You know, everybody talking about how they fleeced us in the draft and all this other stuff, and how we wanted Devontae Smith. Listen, man, it don't matter who we got. You see what we did last year with missing pieces and hurt players and people signed off practice squad and everything else, and we still made noise. So that shows me that this team has fight. The wide receivers and the quarterback and the linemen getting together and having practice before the OTAs tells me what this team's about. The cornerbacks and the secondary and safeties getting together and working out before OTAs tells me what this team is about. Joe Judge, Patrick Graham, and the coaching staff tells me what this team is about. We're about to make some serious noise, and I know a lot of people ain't going to like it, but so what? We about to smash. King Josh says, I swear to God, I can't wait. I can't wait to win that title because I'm throwing up in everyone's face. I guess he meant throwing it up in everyone's face. I hope he's not throwing up in everyone's face. Greeny Green, thank you for popping in the stream, my brother. All I'm worried about is the QB and Garrett. Now, I'm not so worried about Daniel Jones. I think we've added enough pieces around him so that if he's at least a decent quarterback, we'll win games. We have enough offensive firepower around him, and our defense is going to be phenomenal. I believe we're going to be the number one defense in the league, if not top three, hands down. But I do agree with you on the Garrett. Garrett is the only hole I believe that this team has. That is the only hole that this New York Football Giants team has is Garrett. And I believe that we already have his replacement on standby. We've already hired him. I believe that either Freddie Kitchens or a combination of Freddie Kitchens and Russ Callaway will end up getting that offensive coordinator position. Excuse me. So even though I am worried about Garrett, I do feel good about them hiring people and putting pieces around him, offensive-minded geniuses who have a different approach than him. And I believe that Joe Judge did that for a reason. He's going to try to give him the opportunity to open up the playbook and possibly make some changes. And if he can adjust sufficiently, I believe play calling will be pulled from him and he'll eventually be changed. What's going on, Ash Money? Thank you for popping in the stream.
What's going on, Lou? How you been?
Yeah.
What's going on, Joseph? How you been?
Pretty good, pretty good. How you doing, brother?
I'm good. I've been, stressed out. My car. I was just talking about this on, I guess Pat. He didn't know you were going live, but he's coming over. He told me to hop over, but yeah, my battery stopped working. So I literally got to Target, and I thank God because I had like a orthodontist appointment, and I thank God that my car broke down at my job when I was about to go into work instead of me breaking down the side of the street. But yeah, I've just been stressed out. But
speaking of breaking down, our team is not going to break down. Our defense is not going to break down. Our offense is not going to break down. And people thought
Hey,
Saquon was broken down, and people talking about trading Saquon and all this other stuff. So my man Joseph Balby says, "Where's Saquon's locker?" LOL. It's right there in MetLife Stadium because he ain't going nowhere. He about to shut a lot of people up this year. My
you
buddy
preaching,
Joe,
you
thanks for
preaching
popping
to
in
the
the
choir.
stream.
Hey guys, sorry I'm late.
Late.
Mhm.
I'm the one who's
Yeah.
late.
I thought I'm making a fishing video. Y'all have to watch it tomorrow.
Oh, we got a new guest to the stream, my man Mac the Giants fan. Welcome to the stream,
Oh,
brother.
What up, bro?
What's going on? What's going on? Thank you for popping in, man.
Thank you for having me, bro.
So what are your thoughts on the season, man? Since you're new to the group, what do you think this season plays out like?
Well, I'm pretty optimistic, man, going in, man. I saw like a lot of people focused on a lot of the negative things, especially with like Daniel Jones, but like I'm gonna keep it real, man. I watched that kid still progress last year, whether people want to admit it or not. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he's going to come out and be some new Patrick Mahomes or nothing crazy like that, but he's definitely serviceable, man. I think he's got the tools to still get us over the hump to do good things. You know what I mean? Plus, with all the talent around him, and my biggest thing this offseason I've been talking about is people have been forgetting how great Saquon Barkley actually is and the difference maker he is when he's in the lineup. It's just a whole him alone we would have won 3 or 4 extra games just last year that we lost that if he just was on the field, you know what I mean? So people gotta like understand that we up and coming. We're a young team. The defense is already, I feel like already phenomenal. I think it's going to be a top 5 defense this year, and I just feel like we should definitely be a playoff team. We should roll in I got us at about 10-7 right now, but see how see how that goes. You know what I mean?
I made a whole video about Saquon Barkley and his comeback. Um, people forget that this guy is built like a freaking. He's not built like an average human, man. And I believe that with the injuries, I think that he knows his limitations now. I think he's going to cut back on some of the cutting and juking, and lower his shoulder and bring the pain and be more of a north south runner because he has the ability to play any style back. The kid is phenomenal. And Daniel Jones,
listen.
people forget that he didn't have nobody to throw to at Duke. You know what I'm saying? And he's in his
Right.
when he was last year, he was in a new season with no preseason, no OTAs. The offensive line didn't have time to gel together. It was a mismatch of a bunch of guys thrown together for the first time. So people forget all those factors and they just want to throw him away. They're already talking about using next year's 2 first-round picks to get another quarterback. And but like my man Joel over there says, we need to get around our team, support our team, help boost the morale as Giants fans because we've been so used to losing for so long that we kind of forgot how to cheer for our squad.
Yes, I agree with that. But guys, let's also remember that the running game sets up the passing game. You can say this is a passing league all you want. But if you ain't running the football and they're stacking 9 in the box and blitzing you, and Daniel Jones getting sacked 45 times a season, ain't no quarterback going to succeed under that. I mean, Wentz couldn't, Dak couldn't, Mahomes showed us in the Super Bowl he can't. So you can say Danny fumbles all you want, but you know what? He only had 3 turnovers the last 6 games that he played. I'll take them odds all the time.
He's coming, Jose. Everybody got quiet on me. What happened?
Oh, was it? I guess it was my turn.
Usually.
I forgot the
My mouth
topic.
runs forever, usually.
What was the topic we were talking about? Or were we just like talking about the
Saquon
season?
Barkley.
Or Saquon?
Yeah, the run game, Barkley. How optimistic do you feel? How do you feel about the team going into the season? Everybody's kind of just like 50-50. It seems like half the fan base is one way, the other half's the other. And
Yeah. In terms of the season, I'm looking at the schedule right now. If the Giants start off, because before it was 17 games, you knew it was 16 games, and you divided the season into quarters. So I'm kind of going to do that here. If the Giants start off the season in the first quarter, start the first quarter off in the season
There's Miz.
4-0,
What up, man?
we're going to go 12-5.
I like
We're
that.
going to go 12-5.
I like that. I don't see us losing more than 5. I said that earlier
Yeah.
because
I-
I believe we can beat
12-5.
New Orleans, and
Yeah.
I believe we can either beat Kansas City or Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
One of them games we'll win. I don't think we're gonna lose both of those games.
And we might go undefeated at home. I'll tell you that right now. We might go undefeated at home because we have an easy schedule. Other than the Rams, the rest of our schedule is easy. Outside of the Rams and division opponents, we face Las Vegas, we face the Panthers, we face Denver, and we face Atlanta. So that's pretty easy for us. And the
E-Rock, thanks
away,
for joining the stream. E-Rock says he sees us going 13-4.
No, I said 12-5.
wait, I'm on my channel. I'm gonna start doing like a prediction. So I did all my predictions for all the teams. My first time going through the Giants schedule, I had us at 13-4. But I think that Chargers game right there, I think that's gonna be the game we lose. Because it's going to be, I think it's going to be
It's an away game.
it's going to be a long trip. So I think that Chargers game is going to be kind of like a track game for us. I might be wrong, and I hope I am. But I feel like we
Lou, I'll be
lose.
right back. I'm gonna go on the laptop. I'll be back.
All right, Miz. Yo, to
sorry.
go off your point real quick.
Yeah. Mm.
Say what?
Look, we got to beat bad teams 30-10.
Yeah.
28-6. We need to put the gas pedal down and beat those. If we don't do that, there's no way we're going 12-5. We're not going to do it.
Yeah.
If we're squeaking them out against bad teams, that's not a top 5 offense, top 5 defense.
Yeah.
That's all just borderline stuff because it's got to be all gas pedal and no brake and to win games and win them convincingly. That's going to change how people look at the Giants during the league in this year and the players that we acquired. And we're only going up. But we got draft capital next year.
I think the Chargers going to be a good team this year. I think Justin Herbert's going to start off the season kind of slow since he's in the new scheme, but I feel like he might be like a dark horse MVP candidate this year.
He could be doing a Daniel Jones 2.0 where he had a good rookie year, but now he's got a coach and he's learning a new offense and they've got film on him.
Yeah, but Justin is better suited than Daniel Jones was his second year, so it kind of go both ways. And then real quick off for the Saquon thing we were talking about, I think Saquon, people are caught up in this narrative that running backs, if you center your team around a running back, it usually fails. I think Saquon is out of the top running backs that we bring up as examples, like Ezekiel Elliott, McCaffrey, and Todd Gurley. I think Saquon is in a similar position to Derrick Henry, where he actually has an offense. Like Derrick Henry, if the Titans didn't have AJ Brown and Corey Davis to go off of it, Derrick Henry's probably not going to have the season that he had because you focus on the run, right? But now you add AJ Brown and you add a good receiving core. Now they're not going to stack the box, and that's what I think that's what the position Saquon is in now, where he's going to have more wiggle room this year, and he's going to be. I feel like he's going to be competing with Derrick Henry for that top running back spot this year.
Okay, hold that thought for a second. Mac, you got a question from Philly B.
Oh yeah, I did say 10-7 when I was breaking the schedule down. I did a video breaking the schedule down. I came up with 10-7 for right now, but like I said, in the video, things might change in July. You know what I mean? Where I might feel different. So, but when I was breaking out, I did the first 4 games, and I gave us 2-2 in the first 4 games. Honestly, because I figured going to Washington week 2. Keep being honest, I figured that could be a game we could lose in a short week going to Washington. You know what I mean? Tough defense. You know what I mean? I just didn't pick us to win that one and not had us losing and going down to New Orleans because we just haven't proven to play well down there ever. since I've been a fan anyway.
With Fitzpatrick, I don't care if it's a 2-day week. I got us beating Washington.
But then when it moved on in schedule, I actually picked the Rams game week 6 to be like Daniel Jones breakout signature W, like against like a top tier team. You know what I mean? Like, I'm picking that to be his first one where he really knock a big boy out. You know what I mean? Because I figured look how well we played against them last year. That game came down right to the last play, basically. We can definitely play with those guys, Aaron Donald and all. I know how great he is, but we can play with them guys. You know what I mean? So looking for that to be the first big one he gets in his career.
If Nick Gates was shoving him around and putting his hands all in his face, I know we can handle guys like that.
That Rams game should be his first big win. I still don't believe the Rams are cracked up to everybody saying the Super Bowl contenders just because Matt Stafford came over. I believe that team can actually be a little bit worse than what they were last year. It just depends on what they do with Matthew Stafford. He could be very good for him or he could be very bad. It just depends because he's a big arm thrower, and they don't really have too many people that's like big the way you can just toss it up here, grab it. He's used to people like Calvin Johnson and Kenny Galladay. And Deshaun Jackson's getting a little old in the two. I still think he can get deep, but we'll see how that works with them.
That's right, Jose. That's right. Full capacity at MetLife this year for the Giants and the Jets. No social distancing, no mask required.
You know, you guys were talking about when I jumped in here, what do you expect out of the team? Here's what I'm expecting out of the teams, and it's not so much wins and losses, and it's more of the play. I want to see less penalties. I want to see crisp blocking. I want guys to know their position and stay in their zone, stay in their lane. I want guys that are putting forth effort and picking other guys up that are having a bad game. I want to see that camaraderie. I want to see that the guys have, the respect to each other, and they're putting it all out there for each other. You know, that to me is winning football, and Judge is definitely showing that he likes to coach the little things. And that penalty game, that's the little things right there. You know, make sure you know when to block, when to go out for a route, because we saw that a little bit this year. Guys were getting confused on the line as to whether not to block or to go out for a pass. That's the stuff I'm looking for. I want to see good play. I want to see guys that are in coercion with each other and they're covering for each other. The offensive line, the receivers are getting open. Barkley's doing his thing, and then the defense comes out and just gives us a 3 and out and gets that offense right back on the field, and we drive it down there 70 yards again, even if it's for 3. I want points on the board after every drive. That's what I'm looking at.
Well, I think we saw them playing for the guy next to them last year. I think that they showed the fight and they showed the heart and the grit of this team, even with all the injuries and all the practice squad guys and undrafted guys and everything that we had on the field. They fought tooth and nail every game. In some games that most people didn't even have us being in. You know, most people had us losing to Seattle and you know, a bunch of other games that they had us completely washed out in, and we came in there and showed them otherwise, because Joe Judge has brought a culture in here that has been lacking since Tom Coughlin. So I'm optimistic this year, man. I think we can go at least 11, 12 wins, honestly, because I believe we can beat New Orleans without Drew Brees. I believe we can beat Tom Brady in Tampa Bay. We were close. I believe we can do it with the weapons that we've added and the defense. You know, we didn't have no edge rushers last year. You know, Leonard Williams was our sack leader on the team. Now you add a guy like Azeez Ojulari, Afadi Odenigbo, Ryan Anderson, Blake Martinez, who came along last year. So, you know, now you got some actual guys that can create some pressure up the middle on the edge, along with our 3-down defensive linemen. Danny Shelton was a nice addition. We all know what Sexy Dexter Lawrence can do. and Leonard Williams proved what he was worth last season. So I believe we can shut teams down defensively, and if Daniel Jones just plays decent, our defense will win games and ride us into a playoff game.
So
Yeah.
to go off of that, what would disappoint you with the defense then this year for the panel?
What would
If we're not
disappoint?
if we're not a top 10 defense and our defense is giving up games, that'd be the only way I'm disappointed. If we're like bottom 20 something in whatever defensive category is, because I know this defense has the potential to be top 10 in both against the pass and the run. So anything below top 10 will be a little bit disappointing, especially if they're giving up games.
Well, yeah, we were a top 10 defense last year, so if we regress, I would be highly disappointed.
Well,
especially in the second year.
right, but I mean, injuries play into the thing, but I don't think we're going to have the injuries that we've been having, that we've seen with the Giants when we heard about Shepard coming out with the conditioning and everything for the last 4 years.
Somebody wants to see Big Pat yell.
You might see me yell during the season when I'm calling the game.
What's up, King Tone? Thank you for popping in the stream.
Yeah, that's when the yelling happens, is when the play-in is on the field.
Man, oh my goodness.
Oh.
That Tampa game last year, that was the most I ever yelled during a football game ever.
Yeah, now if you would have seen me last year, that Eagles game when Evan Ingram dropped that ball,
I think we were all
I was yelling then.
When Evan Ingram dropped that ball, I almost broke my TV, man. I was so like, it was
I was shocked. I was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, all you had to do is catch the damn ball, man. Put that game away, bro. That's it.
Right.
That's when you need that little soft ball next to you can throw, and it's not going to break anything. Might dislocate your shoulder, but.
Hey, I'll tell you this though. I think Aziz, and this probably isn't really a bold prediction, it probably is. I think Aziz is going to win Defensive Rookie of the Year just because of the position that he's in. I think
he fits our scheme perfectly. So I believe he'll be used to his strengths, and that's what'll make him a breakout player.
And if he's really being
who's the competition? It's Michael Parsons in Dallas. I don't believe
Michael Parsons.
You got
you could say J.C. Horn,
J.C. Horn,
maybe Phillips if his injuries isn't in the way.
Who wants to take this question, guys?
I know how.
That's a good question.
If we're running cover 3,
I don't think we have a base defense, to be honest with you.
we have a 3-4 base, which is usually 2 safeties or a safety and 3 corners.
I can see us going 3-3-5.
Ooh, haven't seen that in a while from the Giants.
It's old school,
bro. You bring Peppers down into the box. You're 3-4. You don't know where he's going to be.
Bring that old NASCAR package back, huh?
Yes.
I don't think you start off first down with it, but that on third downs, I can see them doing that as well.
Yeah, getting to 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, you bring that NASCAR package back. I mean, because you got Dexter Lawrence, Leo, and Ojulari on the line, bringing the rush.
Leo and Ojulari are going to be best friends this season. I'll tell you that. They're going to be best friends this season.
I believe it or not, I think Afadio Denebo is going to make some real noise. I don't think they was using him right in Minnesota.
Yeah.
I think he's going to make some noise as an outside linebacker.
So another Blake Martinez deal then, where Green Bay wasn't using him right, and we bring him back here with Graham. They reunite, and he just balls out.
We have teachers at our coaching staff, man.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys hear about sorry about that. You guys hear about what Will Hernandez has been doing this whole offseason?
I know he put on a lot of muscle. He's been working out with Pert.
He's been working out with an offensive lineman guru who taught him how to be a right guard and a left guard this whole offseason.
Really?
And he's been with Daniel a lot. Like he's been like partying out with Daniel Jones a lot.
He's been working on his pass protection, which is where he really lacked. And I believe he's gonna make some noise this year, man. I believe they solidify that O-line by like week 3, and we get the ball rolling. And once that ball gets rolling, y'all know how the Giants do.
It could be week one because we're going to have a preseason this year. If he gets some snaps up there,
True.
gets to work. All right,
True.
last year we didn't get any of that. Week one, I was harping on the offensive line big time. I wanted a guy in the draft. Well, we didn't get anybody in the draft.
Thanks
However,
for popping in the stream, Blue City. What's going on?
man, we're looking at. We've got capable people. We have capable guys with capable depth on the offensive line. Yeah, we got question marks with Pert and everybody, but
Thank you, Jose. Yeah,
we
guys,
all
make sure
know-
you get those likes up. Thank you for having 17 people on.
yes,
But if I'm gonna jump in there a little bit on the offensive line thing, like speaking from like personal experience, like I played ball in high school, a little bit of college, and I played on the O line. You know what I mean? So I know that you can't kind of just keep mixing and matching the parts. You got to let guys
yes.
build continuity together because it's a
Exactly.
unit. They got to be able to function together, and you can't do that if you're just constantly switching in and out the pieces every year. Constantly. I mean, when it's necessary, it's necessary. But I think we got a lot of young guys. We invested draft picks in the last few years, and we got to see if these guys can actually play and give them a real chance, see if they can play. And now it's a second year together. I'm not expecting them to go out there and be like the best O-line in football, but
Right.
I think it's going to be a big improvement from what we've seen in the last few years.
If
I
we can say
believe. I
top 12,
believe.
yes.
It
Sorry,
may
Pat.
not be top 12, but I don't see us in the lower 20s anymore. I don't see us in the mid 20s. I say 17 to 18.
Offensively,
Start off I'm talking about the offensive line, like rank wise, out of the 32 best offensive lines of the league. I think we could be 17, 18 at the very least. Offensive wise, if you've seen my videos, I believe we can have a top 10 offense and a top 5 defense this year. I don't see why we can't do it with the talent that we gathered on both sides of the ball. The defense was already top 10 last year. Then we added pieces to it. The offense just got a total makeover this year.
I
So
do you
as long
one
as
better,
the play
Pat.
call, go ahead.
I think we can be a top 10 offense this year.
That's what I said. A top 10 offense and a top 5 defense.
Oh, I thought you said
I'll do
17.
you one
Oh, you were
better.
talking about the O line. That's right.
I'll do you one better. I think we could be a top 5 offense and a top 5 defense. Not might be in the upper fives of the offense, but we could be 5. We could edge in there 5.
I'll say this:
What
if Saquon Barkley stays healthy the whole year, and we have no major injuries on offense, I wouldn't be surprised.
I was going to say the same thing. Saquon Barkley is the key to all of that.
You ain't lying.
With him being healthy, and now with like a legit number one receiver on the outside, can't just stack that box no more. That's not an option for defenses anymore. Now you got to play us honest and pick your poison, and it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough.
I say another thing that can stop us from being a top 5 offense if Saquon Barkley has his best season to date, because that means we're running the ball a whole lot.
Yeah,
we're doing a whole lot of dump balls. But if he has his best season year to date, I believe we get very good steady wins, and I believe this offense will be steady, which means Saquon Barkley gets us down the field, Galladay, Rudolph, all our targets gets us in the end zone when they try to stack that box to stop Saquon Barkley.
I honestly feel that our only hole on this entire team is Jason Garrett.
I was just going to say
that is my only concern. I believe we have youth. Our players have grit. They have bought into Joe Judge's system. I believe we have everything we need. The only thing that worries me is Jason Garrett.
That's what I was going to bring up. I hope that Garrett can open up his mind a little bit and listen to that guy we got from LSU, the offensive coordinator there.
Russ Callaway.
He is.
I'm hoping, you know what, if Garrett can open his mind a little bit up and it's like put his defense, theirs together with and the play calling and everything, because I was going to ask the panel, if Garrett gets released from play calling duties, what week do you think it all could happen?
Week 3.
I say week 4 or 5. Let me look at the schedule.
We play the Broncos. We play Washington football team, and then I think we play the Falcons. If our offense doesn't put up more than 17 points within those 3 games, and some miracle we still win all 3 games, he gets relieved of his duty regardless.
You guys hear me?
Because this offense is too many people on this offense for us to only put up 17, 14 to 17 points a game. We have to be, if we can get our offense to be a 24 to 25 point game of offense, I believe this team can win 12 to 13 games.
I just want to see this offense be exciting again. I'm tired of
Right.
just plain, boring, vanilla game plans. Like, it's just like, come on, man. Open that playbook up. Let's throw that ball downfield. You know what I mean? Like,
okay, but let's be fair to Garrett a little bit.
I can't hear you guys at all.
You might have muted yourself, Lou. What no?
Well, the truth is, like, probably Pat was about to say this. So I'm gonna steal it before Pat says it.
Yeah.
So Pat and I think the same, yo. We think the same, but Garrett didn't have the toys last year. Let's be honest. He didn't have a Galladay down the field, a Rudolph. You know, you have a lot of weapons now, and healthy Barkley that opens up the play action. So let's see what he does. Let's give him the first 4 weeks. You know.
I agree.
Yeah, because most of his offense.
And that's another thing, man. Don't expect him to come out in week 1. Okay, with this high-flying passing offense. I mean, that's not what he does. You know that. So,
also to Garrett's credit, I mean, one thing also losing Saquon Barkley so early in the season probably did put a monkey wrench in his game plan as well. You know what I mean? Because we know his offense is
going on, but I can't hear you guys at all.
Run.
He didn't have a number 1 receiver.
But that's all right. We'll keep rolling.
He didn't have his number 1 running back. He had Evan Ingram as his number 1 target as the tight end, which is not fit Evan Ingram style. His offense didn't start getting good. Offensive line didn't start getting good to about week 6, week 7, week 8. So he had some things against him too that held him back. But now there's no excuses. I believe him and Daniel Jones are going to be tied.
Yeah,
it depends on what you call for Daniel Jones, man. He's the type of quarterback that you have to let him play. If you try to hold him back and baby him, he's going to make mistakes because he's going to start thinking too much. Mm-hmm. But I think he's the type of quarterback, if you put him out there and tell him, throw that ball deep and make plays with your legs, and let's put you in some play action and some rollout, I think he would be a better quarterback. Because in Pat Shermer's offense, he was free. He was basically free. He wasn't sitting there thinking all day, oh, God, I got to hope that he gets open. And no, he was free. People were running deep curls, deep posts, and he was just throwing it in there to him. We didn't have the best receivers then, but he still put up 24 touchdowns. Yeah. And when you just let him play and throw that ball, he plays well. So I think he's just a quarterback that you have to live and die with. Either he's going to kill you or he's going to make you look good.
Another thing with Daniel Jones,
baby him, it's never going to work if you sit there and baby a quarterback like that. Right. You got to let him throw that ball.
He's real dependent on his reps, though. You know what I mean? Like, think about his rookie season.
He had popping in the stream, man.
He had a full preseason, you know what I mean, to kind of get Pat Sermon's offense down, too. So last year he didn't have that to learn Garrett's offense. His preseason pretty much was the first few games of the season, which clearly didn't work out very, very well for the Giants. But I think Daniel Jones is always one. He's showing that he gets better with the reps, man. He just gets better.
Mm-hmm. And also, Jason Garrett, like if you look at his past offenses that he called, they were all centered around his running backs. Like you look at when they had DeMarco Murray, you know, look at even I think was he calling the offense Dak and Zeke's rookie year?
Yeah.
He centered it around Zeke, centered around DeMarco Murray, you know. So I think losing Saquon really took a toll on that offense and really like set it back. And I think he tried to center the offense. I think I said this on on your channel, Pat, last week. I think when he lost Saquon, he tried to center the offense around Evan Ingram. And I think Evan Ingram wasn't ready to take on that toll. That's why you saw him, you know, drop the passes and make some boneheaded, you know, decisions, you know. And you even saw it like with Daniel Jones. Like you could see that Daniel Jones knew like the primary route runner was Evan Ingram. He would stare Evan Ingram coming across the field. And I remember multiple times. I don't remember exact games, but I remember multiple times. Daniel Jones, the front of Daniel Jones' helmet was following Evan Ingram crossing the field. So that's something that I kind of give Jason Garrett a pass for, even though I do still have some questions. I give him a pass because he didn't have his tools. Like we
I'll
can't
take
give. Oh, sorry. This is the last thing. I was like, we can't give Daniel Jones a pass and not give
I give
Jason
Jason
Garrett a
Garrett
pass.
one. Yeah, I tell you the games that he did it the most: the San Francisco game, the Chicago Bears game,
those were
that
early,
second Dallas game, and that first Eagles game. He
Now I can
followed
hear
Evan Ingram around the whole time.
Yeah.
And that caused a lot of his turnovers. But now you got, I don't know, man. This Kevin Benjamin signing kind of intrigues me a little bit too, because if he brings anything, somebody's leaving this roster between Kevin Caden Smith or Toy Lolo. Or we may find a trade partner. I don't know. But if he brings anything, somebody's leaving.
Yeah, somebody's leaving. Because you actually saw Joe Judge work with Kelvin Benjamin, so he sees something in him.
Yeah, and if he has any of his receiver skills left, and he likes the tight end position and can half decently block, I don't see why you can't put that monster on the field.
Yeah.
And let him
Sorry, guys, I can only hold 6. And my man Rick is trying to get in the stream. I'm going to have to pop somebody out for a quick minute. You can't leave. You the co-host. You dirty, boy.
Well, if you want to sub me out, I'll hop out because I think I was the first person here. So
pause. What was that? What you said?
What?
What'd you say? Pause. What did you say?
He said sub me out, man.
Oh, okay.
Yo, what you
sounded horrible over there. Pause, cuz.
But yeah, if you
want
to sub me out because I was the first person to join.
But just come back.
Yeah.
I ain't kicking you out.
Yeah.
So let my boy Rick. Welcome to the stream, Rick.
Trivia Rick.
What's going on, man?
What up, everybody?
What up, bro?
Thanks for letting me on, Lou.
You know it, brother. It's the Giants family. Nobody gets left behind except for the kiddies at this time.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Ash Money, for letting me get your spot.
Oh, he's coming back.
That's fun.
The media will respect Jones after this year. What you guys think about that?
I think Daniel Jones is one of those players that the media will always find a way to try to make fun of, or
like Eli.
Yeah, I mean they still do it to Eli. So what makes Daniel Jones, different?
My Daniel Jones take. I was gonna say my Daniel Jones take. Like, I feel like a lot of people just want to see him do bad so they can say they were right about him. You know what I mean? Like at this point, they don't want to admit anything. Like, okay, we know the turnovers have been a problem, but they got better as the season went on last year, and this kid has shown some legitimate arm talent. You know what I mean? So like, I don't understand why nobody wants to focus on anything positive this kid has shown in 2 years, but they want to just keep harping on all the negative because they just want to be right. They want to say to themselves, "I was right. I told you this kid from Duke can't play in the NFL." You know what I mean? They don't want to act.
Hey, Mac.
Right.
Mac, they fail to remember that last game against Dallas was basically a playoff game.
Yep, absolutely. That was a big game.
And the man was out there on a bad hamstring and a bad ankle. He had an ankle sprain on one leg and a bad hamstring on the other. Couldn't run around and still went out there and won the game for us. So, I mean, I don't understand what the problem is.
Well, we have the best quarterback in our division, and that's Daniel Jones. Because it's not Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's been a journeyman quarterback for 14 seasons, and I don't think he's ever been in a playoff game. Jalen Hurts, really? Joe Flacco? I'm not scared about those guys. I mean, Baltimore got rid of Flacco for a reason. He couldn't produce anymore. They chopped him off to Denver. Denver chopped him off to Philly, or however that worked. Dak Prescott's 5-11 against teams that play 500 ball or better since 2017. Dak Prescott's not all that.
Yeah, if you saw my last video.
He was putting up killer numbers. You know what? That's because in the fourth quarter, all the teams were in a prevent defense, and Atlanta let him score 20-some-odd points in the fourth quarter. So he got some touchdown passes there, and then they couldn't recover an onside kick, so they won that game. And then they come and play the Giants. The Giants were whooping them boys.
2 touchdowns, take off the
Daniel
board.
Jones, sorry. Dak Prescott is a backup quarterback. He's an over-glamorized backup quarterback. He's an overpaid backup quarterback. And watch what I tell you. This year, he will be the worst year that Dak Prescott has had, and he'll end up somewhere else.
Yeah, because he won't be able to run. He's going to be afraid to run now.
He's never been as good as they hyped him up to be. But because he plays in Dallas, so-called America's team, who hasn't been to a Super Bowl in over a quarter of a century,
hasn't even played in an NFC Championship game. Hasn't even played in the NFC Championship game.
Hype him up and all this America's team. But I'm telling you, the guy is a backup quarterback at best, and this year he's going to prove what I'm telling you.
Let's put Daniel Jones behind the best offensive line in the NFL. Let's give Daniel Jones the best running back in the NFL.
How long did he play behind the best offensive line and couldn't win the big game or playoff game?
Right. Now we got the receivers. Now we know we got the running back. Our offensive line's questionable, but if what we think is true and we can be a top 10 offensive line this year, or top 15, sorry, it was 15 to 17. 17 is what Pat said.
I was watching the Hub earlier, and he had a guest appearance, another Philly YouTuber, Philly Notion, I believe his name is, something like that. And he was just reckless on the show. I mean, he was talking to Hub like we should have got rid of Eli Manning in 2016, and we're trying to replace Odell Beckham. And
bro, I'm telling you, there's something in the Philly steaks nowadays down there. It has to be, because it ain't the water.
Yeah,
I don't know what it's in, but
something serious.
They in stage 1 of their rebuild, and they think that they drafted well enough to win in stage 1 of their rebuild. I don't know what they drinking over there in Philly. I don't know if the mob brought prohibition back or something over there, but they bugging.
That's the thing, though, Lou, is Philadelphia Eagles fans can have so much confidence in Jalen Hurts, who fumbled the ball 9 times in 4 games. He's got a 50% completion rating, and they think he's the next coming of Joe Montana. Why can't Giants fans root for Daniel Jones, who has a way better completion percentage? He doesn't fumble the ball 9 times. Yeah, he does. He had his mistakes. I'm not going to deny that. But you know what? He was a rookie. He's never faced a defense like that. I mean, when he was at Duke, he won bowl games at Duke. Who wins bowl games playing quarterback for Duke? Come on.
Name the last 5 Duke quarterbacks.
Liz, they say you funny, dog.
Shit, I can't name 5 Duke quarterbacks.
Can't name 5 Duke players. Like period.
Jameson Crowder came from there. He was pretty good.
Somebody said that this is what has the Philly fans so delusional.
Yeah,
they ain't never won shit, so they ate shit.
Miz,
but
yes.
You see what they said in the chat? That this is why Philly is so delusional.
Yeah, listen, man. Listen, I went into that Hub thing, and if I can't get on and go at that guy 1-on-1 for Hub, then I got out of there, because that Eagle fan was making me angry.
Versus Philly Notion, I would pay to see that.
And Hub wasn't bringing it hard enough. You know, Hub, he tries to be respectful. Fuck that. There's no respect for a guy like that.
I agree with you 100%.
I can't get nobody to come
this
on
guy
my
was
channel,
saying
man.
some stupid shit like the Giants, like the Eagles have the best defensive line in the division. What are you smoking? You know what I'm saying? Like,
you got an
so
old
I can't
ass,
listen to that.
You got an old ass Fletcher Cox, old ass Brandon Graham.
Thank you.
Oh, you got the boy from Washington football, Kerrigan. Y'all supposed to scare somebody. All 3 of them gonna be hurt by mid-season. I'm telling you.
Yo, this guy trying to hide that their secondary is a joke.
They're gonna be on the sideline with Jalen Phillips somewhere in regular clothes, watching their teammates.
Y'all top cornerback couldn't handle Darius Slayton, and he's the number 2 receiver.
Pat, I gave the guy 5 wins, and I was being generous.
Hey Lou, swap me out so Ash can come back for a little bit.
Oh, okay. I'll kick you out, Joe.
I gave the guy 5 wins, and I was being generous, man.
Hey, Joe, you had a good point though. Fitzpatrick has never played in a playoff game. I can't think of it.
No, he hasn't.
He's never have played in a playoff game. That's crazy.
It's Fitz tragic, not Fitz magic.
He's the ultimate. He's the ultimate journeyman.
So go ahead and swap me out, Lou.
All right, brother.
He's the ultimate journeyman. He's had some really good moments in this league, but he's also had some real bad ones. So
Yes, he has. He's had some pretty bad ones, man.
Yeah, he is interception prone like a mug.
Ash, I think you're mute.
Can't hear you, Ash.
Yo, Miz, you got me crying right now. Yo.
Yeah. Yo, I couldn't stay in there, man. That guy was making me angry, and I love.
He sound like Kanye West a little bit.
Yo, he said the Eagles was going 13-4 though, and he was dead serious.
He said 12-5
or 12-5, whatever he said. He was dead serious, like not even.
See, that's delusional, man. So when you hear that, you gotta leave. I left the chat and I went out and did something else because it's only gonna make you angry.
Crazy, man.
Oh, you was on
can't possibly go anywhere near 13-4. You don't have a realistic chance at all.
So they was gonna sweep us and we weren't even gonna be competition for them, bro. So they was gonna trash us both games.
Yeah, come on. And look, and I'll be real, as a Giant fan, we're not people who think the Giants are going 13-4. There's something wrong up there, man. Because the Giants are not going 13-4. Sorry, they're not.
Miz, what are we
They're
going?
asking too much out of a young team. If the Giants go 10-7, that's a hell of a year this year. I'd be happy, and that would be a playoff spot. If they win, they could win 11. Both could break their way one game.
Only way they win 13 games if they just clicking on all cylinders and they upset somebody like the Buccaneers, the Chiefs, and beat the Rams too, and sweep the division. So 13-4, that's highly unlikely. But I do see us winning a good 10 to 11 games.
That's where I see us.
I say 11-6 is a good record for us.
That would be a great year, man. You give me 11-6 and the division title, we had a great year. Anything after that, that's a cherry on the cake. And then you're building towards the following year. Then you can start thinking about a championship.
Hey, Miz, what about at least? How many games are we in at least? At least we're winning how many games, Miz?
You guys are forgetting about the blitz squad. We have 17 linebackers right now.
Come on, man.
17 linebackers. Listen.
Yeah, but only like 9 of them are going to make it.
I know we're not going to keep all of them, but I guarantee you that Patrick Graham is going to keep the ones that he can best use, fitting them around in different places, playing them in different schemes, disguising guys, bringing different blitz packages, and these guys are not going to know where the blitz is coming from. He's a blitz-happy guy. We're gathering linebackers so that he can scheme up blitzes that the teams have not seen us use. And we are going to come at these guys from left field this season, and they are not going to know what the F hit them. And I can't wait. It's going to be a big blue giant train running through the NFC East.
I'll tell you this. What will be amazing to see is we take care of the division again, go by 5-1 or 6-0. And we beat the teams that we're supposed to beat. Mm-hmm. Miami, the Chargers, Falcons, Panthers, Broncos.
Hey, Big Pat, tell me the games you think are going to be a shootout, because I feel like some of the games you just listed have to be a shootout.
Some of the games that are going to be a shootout is going to be more than likely that Chargers us game that has the potential to be a shootout. That has the potential because the Chargers offense is a lot better, especially with the receiver Keenan Allen coming back. That has the potential to be one. Game, man. That Chargers game is a little bit of a here or there. The Dolphins game too. If Tua plays up to his potential and they got Waddle, Parker, the boy from the Texans.
Albert Wilson. And,
they got Albert Wilson,
Will Fuller.
Will Fuller. That has the potential to be a shootout as well. But I wouldn't mind seeing a couple of shootouts with the Giants this year.
I want to see a couple of shootouts.
I need
to see. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I need to see some shootouts. I need to see Jason Garrett either open his playbook up and show me something different, or his ass needs to get canned, and we need somebody in that position that can. Because we got too many weapons for him to not spread the field out, spread the team out, and use everybody to their strengths. Because I guarantee you there's not going to be too many defenses in this league that can match up with our receiving core on a man-to-man. They're not going to be able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to spread this offense out with the Giants because this is the way we've been created as far as bringing the weapons in. That's the way this offense has been created, as a spread type offense, because you have so many of our players are more like weapons. Like, only really traditional outside receiver that we really have on the team is Kenny Galladay. Everybody else is interchangeable. You can put him in any place. Slayton, he's right there to being like the number 2 receiver. I just need him to work on his route running just a tad bit, and he'll be okay at that number 2. And he might be able to put up 1,000-yard season if they concentrate on Kenny Galladay that much. Because I believe Kenny Galladay gets a lot of his stuff in the red zone. He gets a lot of touchdowns this year. He might get about 10, 11, 12, or 13 touchdowns this year. Because when you looked at our offense last year, we were pretty doggone good between the 20s until we got to the red zone, and then we didn't do anything because we had nobody. It was Sterling Shepard a bust because Evan Ingram, shit.
Okay, I'm glad you brought that up. So, do you think that the signing of Calvin Benjamin is going to be more like for packages and gimmicks in the red zone, or do you think that they're going to attempt to use him as a every down type of player?
I know for a fact that he won't be an every down type of player, but his playing time, I told you guys a couple of streams ago, they're gonna run the shit out of Calvin Benjamin to see if he's ready to play football. If he turns out that he's ready to play football and he has any of his receiver skills left at that tight end position,
Evan Ingram's gone.
I don't say Evan Ingram is gone, but I know for a fact that Evan Ingram's snaps are going to be taken away. A little bit of his snaps are going to be taken away.
A little bit. Take them all. He can't catch. Take them all.
That dude has vice grips for hands. He doesn't drop the ball. He was just lazy at times. I just don't know why, because he was an absolute beast when he came out.
He had an eating disorder, man. He like that Roscoe chicken and waffles, baby.
I think some people, when they get the money that they're getting, because he was a number 1 draft pick, get the money that they start getting, they get a little bit lazy and they get away from their craft. And I think he's one of those type players.
So you think he got Eddie Lacy?
Yeah, not as bad as a Jamarcus Russell, but I think Kelvin Benjamin got a little bit lazy. And I think he didn't like the situation that he was in Carolina with Cam Newton. He felt that Cam Newton wasn't getting him the ball very much. The way that he was supposed to. He was a little bit inaccurate, and he let that get to his head. He got a little lazy.
Did he get in a fight with Cam? No, that was Josh Norman.
Not a fight.
That was Josh Norman.
No, he didn't fight. Him and Cam Newton, they just had words on the field, and Cam Newton was walking up behind him. And Cam Newton big as hell because he was eye to eye with Kelvin Benjamin. That dude huge.
Cam Newton got into a fight with somebody in Panthers. Was it Josh Norman?
Yeah, it was Josh Norman.
He had him grip straight, smiling at him.
But that's because Josh Norman is soft, corny,
very corny.
Corny, Josh Norman, man.
But that's why I don't want to go back to that game. But when Odell did that, I loved it because I hate that guy Norman. So.
Yeah, he was butthurt because of what Dave Gettleman.
and once again, Gettleman made the right decision not to.
Yep.
Once again,
it would be the right decision.
And that goes back to earlier. I'm sorry, I don't know his name. The new guy. What's up, man? I don't know your name.
Mac.
No, up top.
Rick.
Mac.
Well, he said earlier that people don't want people want to be right about Jones failing, but I think it's more that the media still has this hate for Gettleman. And the more Gettleman's getting it right, the more it's eating them alive. And Jones is the biggest piece to Gettleman's arsenal. So I think it's more of a hate on Gettleman than it is Jones. But I have a feeling Jones is going to have a big year. So
I mean, you can't hate Jones didn't pick himself at 6. So I think you're right.
He's going to pick himself, but it's Gettleman's pick. People are going to try. If Jones has a horrible year with all these weapons, people are going to try to run Gettleman out of town like they do every year, right? That's what's going to happen. And if Jones has a big year, then Gettleman, with all these weapons and what he just did in this draft just now, a month ago or whatever, he's going to sit there, smoke a fat cigar, and laugh at everybody. He's going to have the final laugh, and you all know it, especially if Jones steps his game up this year and takes this team to the playoffs.
And do you guys remember when we were looking for a coach and everyone was saying, "Oh, we need to hire Matt Rule. We need to hire Matt Rule," and everyone's like, "You got to hire Matt Rule."
Oh, Gettleman panicked and hired Joe Judge.
I mean, yeah. I'm not going to try to. I don't know. I mean, Matt Rule. I mean, he's still young as a coach, but
he hasn't.
He kind of collapsed. Like they were actually in similar situations. I mean, CMC didn't tear his ACL, but he got injured, and you kind of saw what both of them did.
That's to them when Matt Rule didn't even come into an interview for the Giants. I guess the Giants wanted to interview him the day he took the Panthers job. That to them was the nail in the coffin for Gettleman. They're like,
he wanted a lot of money.
He doesn't even want to go into an interview for the Giants. What a horrible organization.
Matt Rule took the money, man.
Yeah.
He wanted 7. I think. What did he get? 7 years, $70 million. He wanted stupid money.
Yeah, he took the money, man. And to be honest with you, if we would have hired Matt Rule, we would have been a 2-14, 3-13 team last year.
I am Guaranteed. More than happy with Joe Judge. I believe he's going to be the coach for the next 12 years. I believe he's going to bring us 2 or 3 trophies. I honestly am sold on Joe Judge.
Yeah, I think
Judge not be sold on Joe Judge.
Yeah, I think Judge can be the next great coach, man, in the NFL.
Yeah. I think he good. I think he gets us one more Lombardi at least. I think he gets us at least 1.
5.
Ash, you staying real quiet. I'm gonna have to bring my man Joe back, man. You over there just staring at your camera.
Oh, I'm just letting y'all are talking. I don't like cutting people off, but if you want to sub me out, you just do the little sub in, sub out thing. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that.
I got you. Joe, welcome back.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Hey, Tuto's in here. Tuto, he's a great Giants follower. He follows all you guys.
Tuto Azzurri. Ciao, paisano.
I don't know if Tutu follows me. I've never seen Tutu in my stream. I always see him in entertainers in them stream.
Oh, that dude's hilarious. Tutu's a big supporter. He's always in my videos. He's always commenting. I appreciate the support. Thanks for stopping by.
That guy's hilarious. He's always saying something funny.
Yeah, he does. What's the difference between a puppy and an Eagles fan? After a while, the puppy will grow up and stop whining.
Yeah, that guy's hilarious.
You guys are sitting there talking about coaches, and it's Carolina's not impressive. Matt Rule.
No.
What's his name in Dallas?
Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, McCarthy. He don't impress me at all.
That was a dud.
That might have been the worst one. The worst
one ring with Rodgers. I mean, come on. Now Ron Rivera, on the other hand, I have a lot of respect for.
Yeah.
Washington. This is going to be back in the 80s when the Redskins and the Giants ran this division. And it was always
I think it's heading towards that way too, Joe.
Ron Rivera, Riverboat Ron, he took a gamble. He wanted his team to win. We beat the Redskins that first week only because of a 2-point conversion.
Well, I'll tell you what. Looks like it's going to be another quarter of a century before Dallas sees an NFC championship game.
Oh, my God. They're going to be right there with the Eagles. It takes every 52 years to win one.
I think Washington's a quarterback away, honestly. They're a good quarterback away.
Yeah, but they got Fitz tragic right now, so it's
I
gonna
know
be
we're
kind of
lucky right
tragic
now,
for him.
but we're lucky right now. But
See,
we'll see.
yeah, I'm betting that Washington can't fix that quarterback problem.
I believe Washington to start off strong and then just tank like the next 5 games. He'll be an interception machine.
I thought Washington was going to be a lot more aggressive in the draft and like try to go up and get one of those quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I was actually pretty stunned.
They were kind of low though. Like in the first round, what were they? 19.
Oh.
They would have had to give up a
19.
lot. Like I would say, if they were like even 15, they probably would have gone for it. But 19 is like, no.
Yeah.
What did the Patriots get Mac Jones at though? Like I can't.
15.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
do you guys really think that any of them quarterbacks were worth going up to get outside of Trevor Lawrence, who's supposed to be?
Nope.
Well,
I agree, Big Vito. I think Joe Judge should get some props, but I believe Dave Gettleman has turned his team around in a very short time with the picks and the free agencies that he's signings that he has done. I agree.
Right.
But I'm saying that you can't.
Like
You can't just take credit and give it all to Joe Judge and not give none to Dave.
Right.
Dave brought in a lot of talent. He did some amazing free agency signings, and the Odell Beckham trade, which everybody gave him hell for, turned out to be a great trade. So you can't take away from what Dave Gettleman has added to this team as well. In such a short time,
turned out to be good.
Oh yeah, what did we only give up a third for that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Jets. Thank you.
I mean, a lot of people killed him for bringing in Blake Martinez and
what we talking about?
Who wants to take this one?
Yeah, Leo.
What games
for the 3 and a 5? Right? We gave up a 3 and a 5.
Who wants to take this question?
Still well worth it.
The Eagles twice.
You want me
The
to
Eagles
take this
twice.
question?
The Broncos. The Panthers.
The Falcons for sure.
Falcons without Julio, especially Falcons.
I can give us 6 wins right now because we're sweeping the division.
Like we should have did last year.
Hell yeah, Joe.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you one thing. I already told you guys. I feel strongly about this. We are gonna upset one of those 2 top teams, and probably I have a feeling it's gonna be Tampa.
Yep.
And we're gonna lose a game that you guys are not gonna like. That's gonna leave a bad taste. Because we always do every year. You know it. You know we're gonna lose a game that just when we're getting hot and we start thinking about home playoff games somewhere in December, we're gonna lose a game that we did not see us
why
losing.
don't get blew out by like the Dolphins or somebody? Why don't
I actually picked this losing to the Raiders randomly at home. Like
the one I'm worried about, I'm not even looking at the Dolphins or Chargers because I got a split in those and it'll be fine. It doesn't matter which one.
Right.
But the one that you're not gonna like is if we lose the game in Chicago. That's the one we're not gonna like. And that's the one I'm watching.
That would make me mad.
The Chicago game is.
I'm a little worried about that because we
in the playoff run because that's what week 15?
I know, and I have us winning our last 4 games, so maybe it'll be somewhere else. But we're gonna step in quicksand somewhere for one game. We always do.
Shout out to Tudo for gracing my channel with one of his jokes. Here it goes. What's the difference between Philadelphia Eagles fan and a large pepperoni pizza? A large pie can feed a family of 4.
Yeah, so that dude,
But
man.
He
just sits there just thinking of stuff.
After the bye week, the Bucks are after the bye week, aren't they?
Yeah, right after the bye week.
First game.
I can't have us winning that game because the Giants play like dog shit after every goddamn bye week that I've ever seen.
No, the last 3 seasons we've won after the
Joe,
bye.
you're right about that, but I'll counter that. We have an amazing history in Tampa Bay, including Jones running through the end zone in his rookie game.
Yeah, but that was Jameis Winston.
I don't know. We played good against Tampa, even last year.
Jameis Winston wasn't
last year. We
should play good.
Man, we had
Jameis Winston wasn't on defense. He was their offense.
Yeah, Jones probably played his worst game of his career against Tampa.
Scoring.
We played Tampa
Lewis scoring for us in Tampa.
Oh, green and green.
We always play Tampa good. And
green and green.
We always get a hard on for Brady, and you'll see. Watch. We do. We give Brady problems. He knows it. We just do. I don't know why, but we just do. We get up for Brady.
Joe Judge looked bad. I'll give an example when he looked bad. Remember the Browns game with that? What happened in the beginning of the Browns? Yeah. I mean, he can get some blame if he wants.
He was actually getting a lot of flack because our special teams wasn't playing up to par for like 3 to 4 weeks straight.
What's this guy talking about?
Probably my one big problem with Joe Judge last year was the one game they're actually playing Daniel Jones in that Arizona game when he clearly wasn't ready to go. Like he was barely on one leg.
Greeny Green, come on.
I didn't like the fake field goal on 4th and goal. If you're going to go for it on 4th and goal, you line up your hogs and you run the damn ball in. You don't pretend to kick a field goal and then spread everybody out and throw.
Yeah, that was kind of weird too. Yeah, that was kind of weird.
I don't agree with Greeny about smoking
My
a
man,
joint
Joseph
with Joe. I don't agree with that.
Thank you for popping in the stream. Joseph says, speaking of Odell, would you mind if we had Odell on this team? To be honest, I don't want him. I
don't want him either.
No, we already went past that. We don't go. Giants don't usually go back to things. You know what I mean? So it's not.
As mad as that was when we first got rid of him, I'm over it now. I'm long over it.
Hey, look, as Giants fans, we need to get over the Odell thing. Like, seriously. Like
we missed the talent.
Like y'all pining over a girl that left y'all for somebody else. She ain't coming back.
She's not coming back.
We miss the talent. We just don't miss the drama.
No, we don't need that, man. You bring that into this locker room with this young, hungry team, and that's cancer.
Yeah, but the talent was cool.
Yeah, he was fun. He was talented.
He was fun.
Until he became bigger than the team, and he started going on ESPN and shitting on us. Okay, so
the Giants roster.
And Miz wants to fight him
in every position, and most teams around the NFL are not taking him seriously. Italians say, "Forget about it."
He really is fixing every position, though.
I mean, we do have great talent at almost at every position now. Almost on every position on this team, we have talent now. And that's a huge turnaround from last year.
I think the key word there, though, Big Pat, the key word with that, Big Pat, is talent. We just need to put it together now. Like, we need that second year of coaching.
Biggest key to the offense, I keep saying it. Pat knows what I'm going to say. Biggest key to the offense, 26.
Yeah. If he stays healthy the full year, we should have a pretty damn good year.
Well, I see why your name is Greeny Green.
Yes. 420 somewhere.
I don't think that would be fun, to be honest.
Well,
I don't think Joe Judge is the guy to do that.
Telling you everything you're doing wrong, you're standing wrong.
You're rolling it wrong. Roll that tighter. No, you need to grind it finer. There you go. He'll show you how to get a fumble then.
Yo, I have a question. Just wondering. See, I don't really know much about him, but I've been hearing things. What about Booker? Well, what do you guys think of Booker?
I think Booker is the number 2 back. He's going to come in and spell Saquon Barkley. I believe he gets a lot of snaps within the first 4 games of the season until they work Barkley back in, because I do believe Barkley is going to be on a huge snap count at least for the first 2 to 3 weeks. I know for sure he is. And I believe Booker is going to do well. I mean, he runs just like how Wayne Gallman was, except he's faster and stronger.
He's going to be
and he's more effective in the pass game as well, by the way.
Exactly.
He's going to be the best Devontae in the division.
Booker runs like straight, right? He tries to
run over
like
people, straight, like a bull. Like he runs through people. He runs just like how Wayne Gallman was, except that long run against Seattle, Booker would have scored a touchdown on that one.
So you guys don't think Raquel Armstead stands a chance?
No.
I believe Raquel Armstead is going to be like a 3rd down back when you want to spell Saquon Barkley if you want to take him out. I believe he's going to be like the little scat back on 3rd down if we want to run a screen or something like that, or running back out the backfield. It's
what about Clement, though? What about Clement?
That's what I'm saying. It's really going to be Saquon Barkley, Booker come in for 2 or 3 series, and a 3rd down back when we don't want to put Barkley out there.
Says, what do the Philadelphia Eagles and Billy Graham have in common? They both can make 70,000 people stand up and yell, Jesus Christ.
I know how you can get a bunch of little old ladies to say the F word. All you got to do is holler bingo.
Hey, Big Pat. Devontae Booker is going to be the best Devontae in the division.
Ooh.
I agree.
Ooh.
I agree, because DeMonte Smith gonna get hurt running the route across the middle, because Jalen Hurts gonna lead him right into a big hit.
I think it's gonna take
He doesn't agree.
Devontae Smith a little while to get adjusted because first he has to get over the tragic loss of having been drafted by the Eagles. He has to get over that. Now, once he gets over that hurt and know that he's not going to be a giant, I think he starts to come into his own. But it's not going to work with Jalen Hurts. With a Jalen Hurts led team, you're going to be a running team.
Wow.
And your receivers are not going to be very good when it comes to stats.
Here's a question. Here's a question for
very
the
high praise right here, because this kid was amazing before he broke his neck.
Yeah, David Wilson was vicious before he broke his neck, man. I hated that, bro.
Do you know who that is, Rick?
Yeah.
He wore the number 22. He used to do back somersaults whenever he scored.
Yeah, number one pick out of Virginia Tech. That was the same year he drafted Ruben Randle too, wasn't it?
Wasn't that the pick that we picked after we won the Super Bowl in 2011?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember that.
That kid was amazing, bro.
I was at the game. I was at the game versus Saints when he had 2 kickoff returns for touchdown.
Right.
Okay,
we scored 52 points that day. We scored 52.
When that kid was fast, man.
I got a question for the panel. You think, barring injury, you think we'll see Joe Flacco?
Yes.
I think we'll see Joe Flacco take over.
I think he starts
week 1.
My bold prediction is Joe Flacco might just beat Jalen Hurts out in training camp, because that's how little I think of Jalen Hurts.
Wow.
I think that little with Jalen Hurts. And
that's pretty bad, though, man.
It's not to be funny. I mean, Jalen Hurts, this is the same guy at Alabama that got ran out of Alabama by a true freshman.
Right.
I mean, I don't believe he's a good athlete. I'm not saying he's a bad football player, but he's just, to me, I don't see him as a legitimate NFL quarterback.
I think they have a better chance at winning with Hurts in there than Joe Flacco. I think they got way better chance of winning with Hurts.
You think, what do you think that tells? Like, if you're playing on the Eagles and Joe Flacco's playing instead of Jalen Hurts, though, I'm not that excited about that.
That tells me that we get ready to blitz the hell out of them, and it's over with.
Right.
I'm very excited because that's 31-7.
Right. At least with Jalen Hurts, you had the unknown of him scrambling and making a play here or there. But they got Joe Flacco on there, it's over with. They're dead.
Let me tell you guys.
Flacco still got a cannon, man.
I want to tell you guys what I think. This is my bold prediction for the season. I think that our defense is going to be number 1 in turnovers, taking the ball away from the opponent, and we're going to be number 1 in scoring off of those turnovers. I think our defense is going to have a lot of pick sixes, a lot of interceptions, fumbles, and safeties. I think our offense is going to be efficient and score, but I think our defense is going to score a lot more than people are expecting.
Well, listen,
I think we're going to have an opportunistic defense.
If Joe Flacco is the starting quarterback
with Bradbury, Adoree Jackson, Jabril Peppers, Xavier McKinney, Logan Ryan, I think them dudes are going to feast on quarterbacks, because them front 3 defensive linemen are going to push interior pressure and push them offensive linemen back into the quarterback, and you're going to have Azeez Ojulari and Afadi Adenabo coming off the edges, and there's going to be some throws that are forced early, and our secondary is going to be having a feast back there.
Hey, if Joe Flacco is the starting quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles, then OC's sack record against Philly is going to get broken.
What was that? 6 sacks in one game?
Yeah, they sacked him 12 times in one game.
We had 12, yeah.
That's
to GNation's comment. The GNation's comment about the defense, though. Our defense doesn't have a lot of ball hawks, man, to get that many turnovers.
But when you got that much pressure up front coming at the quarterback and you're forcing him to make bad throws, you don't have to be that much of a ball hawk.
I don't.
You just got to be in position.
I think
McKinney's a ball hawk. Yeah, we haven't seen him yet, like for real yet.
And Adoree Jackson is a ball hawk.
And Peppers will get after it too.
Adoree Jackson doesn't even have that many interceptions over his whole career. I think he has like 2. He's not a ball hawk type DB.
You said Adoree?
Yeah, Adoree. I think
it's going to go up.
I think our defense is more of a just get you off the field type defense. 3 and out type defense, man.
What?
That's the way we've always been.
I want y'all to mark this date. I want y'all to remember this live stream because this is going to be receipts.
Lou, I think it's tough though because like you're saying the number one takeaway defense, and I just think that's tough. Number one because like look at last year. I don't think anyone. I think it was Miami. The scoring, they were definitely number one in scoring, and I don't think anyone saw that coming.
So, when have you ever seen the Giants defense besides that 2016 year just be number one in takeaways? Our defense has always been sack that quarterback, get them off the field position battles. That's the way our defense always has been. The closest thing to a ball hawk we had during the Super Bowl teams was Corey Webster.
Well, Seahorn was pretty good too. That 2000 defense had quite a few takeaways, didn't it?
The 2000 defense with Kerry Collins.
When we lost to the damn Ravens, I don't even like talking about that year.
We had a pretty good defense that year,
team. We had Seahorn. We had Felipe Sparks.
No, I don't think Sparks was on that team.
Sam Garnes, Felipe Sparks.
No, Sparks. You got to go back.
Sam Madison.
No, Sam Madison was on the 2017.
Shit, when did Felipe Sparks? No, Felipe Sparks.
No, you got to go back on Sparks, man. Now you're talking about. Come on, man. You're going back.
Yeah, Sparks is back. Sparks is back when I was in high school. And that was in the 90s.
That was the 90s, man.
I wasn't born.
That 2000 team wasn't that far from the 90s. It was the 2000 team.
Yeah, we had Armstead.
It was 99 season,
2000.
We had Armstead, Seahorn. I gotta check. I think it was Felipe Sparks, man.
Yeah,
that's the person's name.
Gap.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
Michael Strahan. Well, he was on that team.
Yeah, Strahan. But we've never
really
been a Garnes type defense. I'm just being real with you. We've always been stop the run, pressure the quarterback, get off the field 3 and out, make them punt the ball, field position. I wouldn't mind to see him being a turnover.
I like what Lou's saying, though.
That. But, you know, our teams have always been traditional.
How many
we're at our best.
How many
I don't care much for
year?
the turnovers, man. I like the way our best defense was stingiest defense in the league. Don't give up points. That's all.
Okay. Well, Miz, take this one. How many games this year do you think we go 40 points or better?
We score 40 points?
Yeah. How many games this season do you think we do that? Rick says 8.
I'll be nice to you. I'll say 2.
And that's pushing it.
What?
If we do, it's going to be against Carolina and the Raiders.
Or Philadelphia. We're going to run Philadelphia. Philly,
what you say, Matt?
Run it up.
Philly
I say Atlanta. I think we can dial up 40 on Atlanta with no problem. Atlanta has no defense.
We could be in a shootout with Atlanta. Yeah, he's right. We could be in a shootout with Atlanta, but the whole thing is Julio Jones doesn't look like he's going to be there.
I don't think it's going to be a shootout if Julio's
not there. It's going to be a problem for the Falcons.
I don't care about Kyle Pitts if he's the only guy, you know?
Nah, he's a rookie.
The first 4 games, we should be smoking those teams. If we're as good as we say we're going to be, we should be smoking those teams.
We should be lighting it up by
will not be easy, man. Not in Washington on a Thursday night. That will not be easy.
That's going to be tough.
Until Washington beats us, we're going to smoke them. Okay, you know what? They had the top offensive defensive line.
Yeah, but they know that, Joe.
And we smoked our last week. Our last
week when Washington come into that game, that week, and you already said you respect Ron Rivera, you don't think that's going to be the thing pinned on the wall that you guys can't beat the Giants? Come on now.
Fitzpatrick's going to have 4 turnovers against us. Where the hell are they going?
Heineke.
Fitzpatrick does play notoriously bad against the Giants. I don't know if you guys kept track of the last 3 times he played against the Giants. He played notoriously bad.
Yeah, but wait a minute. Listen to me for a second. because I'm gonna be balanced here.
Okay.
The Washington Redskins are not gonna ask him to throw the ball around a lot. He's gonna manage the game and let their defense win them the game.
That's why
That's what they're
play.
gonna do all year long. They're gonna try to win games 17-14.
Hey, listen, Andrew Thomas is going to take what's his name and just put him on his back,
Chase
ride him
Young.
like a pony, and Barkley's going to become running right around that corner, going, "Hallelujah! Here's another touchdown." He did it last year. He's going to do it again this year. He did it in college and he did it in high school. He's got that guy's number.
Oh man,
Listen, I want to
here.
believe you, Joe, but I'm keeping it real.
Listen,
tell you what,
you know what? They sacked the Eagles. They went up against the Eagles. They had 9 sacks that first week. When they played us, how many sacks did they wind up getting against us? Maybe 2
I'm gonna get
in
you
2
in
games.
That's true. But what can get Washington in trouble against us is if we start putting up points on that defense. If we get like a touchdown here too, then they won't be able to play that patient game with Fitzpatrick, and then he'll start making mistakes, and then it might start snowballing on him. So I don't know. It just depends, man. That's gonna be a good game, though. I'm not just gonna say we're just gonna roll them over, but I'm with Joel on this one.
Man, all I'm gonna say is
we're gonna smoke them until they beat us.
Who's your daddy? That's all I'm gonna say. Who's your daddy?
I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you we can't go there after we beat Denver and steal a game in Washington.
Joe Ash got something to say.
All right.
20-16. But I'm just telling you, it's not going to be easy like that. It's not going to be. You're not going to toss them out of the way just like that.
Don't leave, Joe.
It's going to be a real hard game in Washington, and they remember that we beat them twice last year. Believe me.
I just want Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Hell yeah,
you know,
Joe.
he has to. He's gonna have to learn that system in Washington as well. Like, he's not just gonna pick that up and ball out. You know, it's not like we're facing them like week 5 or week 7. We're facing them week 2. I don't think Ryan Fitzpatrick is gonna, come out week 1 versus the Chargers and kind of light it up. If Ryan Fitzpatrick is hot, then we're gonna have a tough game on our hands. But if he has a bad game, it's gonna be a short game for them as well. And wait a minute, do they play? Are they away for when they play the Chargers?
They're home.
Okay.
My grandfather is sitting with me now and watching your show, and he's saying David Wilson was an all-around back by position, skill set, and fearless. But unfortunately, he was reckless as well.
Yeah, David Wilson could have been nice, man, if he didn't hurt himself. Because man, once he hit the ground running, man, that dude was
nobody was catching him. Yeah,
nobody was catching that dude. Like, man,
what is this craziness?
I think the small problem in his game was that he had a fumbling issue.
Yeah, he had a major fumbling issue.
I agree with the Shepard part. I don't know about the Ingram part. That guy.
Yeah, I actually
might not even be on the team.
Oh, Ingram trying to get paid, so
he got to learn how to catch first.
Yeah,
I think Ingram's gonna have a big year, and I think this is Shepard's last year as a Giant, no matter what.
That's sad.
Yeah. What bothers me about Ingram crazy is because he catches the hard passes,
right, and the easy passes.
That's a mental thing. Then that's what
the
that
ones that
mean.
just hit him in his hands is the ones he drops and lets bounce in the air and they get intercepted. It's just like he caught that one. Can't even remember who but Daniel Jones threw it up and he just like dove into the end zone.
Washington. That was against
Washington. Yeah, like that was nice.
What do you know?
I was watching the highlight versus the Eagles. Oh, sorry, Lou. I didn't know if you were talking. I couldn't hear you.
No, you're good. I said, well, what do you know? Somebody agrees with me.
We got so many.
Go ahead.
But this dude, Daniel Jones, threw it to him in the corner end zone. This dude is like, remember that catch Martavis Bryant made in the versus the Bengals that one time where he caught it and out the end zone he put it between his leg and flipped.
Yeah.
This dude Evan Ingram caught it with one hand, dove out the end of the end zone and flipped. He didn't get both his feet in, but this dude's making those catches. But this dude, a pass can hit him right between his jersey numbers, and he drops it.
What's between the ears?
So frustrating.
Not sound.
Rick says it's what's between the ears, huh?
It is.
When I watch his videos with Ingram, I think a lot of his passes I think the guy does not like getting hit over the middle when the hit is coming at you and you don't know where it's coming from. And so he gets alligator arms. And that's the problem. He's not comfortable. That's why coming out of college, he's more of a slot wide receiver.
Yep.
Yeah.
And in Jason Garrett's offense, the way he did the tight end, you're gonna take some hits at tight end.
Good question, King Tone. So you mean as a backup, had we known that Barkley was gonna get hurt, would keeping Orleans Darkwa would have been a good backup?
Man,
I love Orleans Darkwa.
I'm sorry.
Saquon every time. What do you mean?
He did, but Saquon Barkley is a whole different level, man.
Orleans Darkwa wouldn't even make the squad
talent
right now.
That is a special talent. And
Oh no,
Orleans,
I would still sign Barkley and draft Barkley, but I would have kept Orleans Darkwa as a backup. Is what I'm saying. I would not have traded him out. No,
I don't mind Orleans Darkwa in that role.
He's asking, will we
Hey, Lou, I'll be right back.
All right.
He's asking, will we keep Orleans Darkwa as like our number one back and then go like another way with the number 2 pick? I think that's what he's asking.
Not a chance.
I don't know what he's asking.
So say like we keep Orleans Darkwa and we draft somebody like, or we draft Quentin Nelson at 2. I think that's what he's trying to ask.
Man's a beast.
You think that would be better than just drafting? I mean, I take Saquon.
I love Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
I love Saquon Barkley. I think he's gonna come back this year and shut a lot of mouths up and get that money.
Yeah, I think
how much? How much money do you think he's getting, Lou?
I don't know. Listen, that's not my job. That's why I'm on YouTube and I'm not in the front office somewhere.
16.
More than
16 million.
Well, 16 is like the record.
Aaron Rodgers is not. Even if Aaron Rodgers does go to Denver, I don't think he's gonna.
He won't know they scheme enough to
I don't think
play that well in their first game.
Yeah, that first game, especially
it's not going anywhere. Though. It's not going anywhere.
Listen, Aaron Rodgers doesn't scare me. We beat him to go to a Super Bowl. We beat Brett Favre to go to a Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers doesn't scare me. He's a big old spoiled rich baby. That's what I think about that. You want to know what grinds my gears?
Tell us, man.
I'll tell you what grind that episode of Family Guy was funny.
It was.
I agree. I think A-Rod stays with the pack. Miz does too.
Hey, I got a question because I'm
hold on. Sorry.
Sorry.
Tudo has a question as well. Let's answer him.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh shit.
What is the difference between
foul,
Bill
man.
Clinton and the Philadelphia Eagles player? Clinton can score.
That's a good one.
I like the way Tudo thinks.
Hey,
I'm gonna have to use that one.
what was your question, man?
Oh, I was saying because I'm looking at the schedule and like teams that I'm really having a problem predicting are like the like someone like the NFC North, like the Vikings. I'm having a real hard time predicting some of the games in the Packers because the Packers face a lot of like good teams too. So I had them finishing at like 8-9 the first time I ran through their schedule. So what do you think? Like, what do you think their record could be? If like say if Aaron Rodgers is there, what do you think their record is going to be this year? Like, do you think they're going to be like still a good team, or you think like he like that just took a toll on like their whole entire team? They might be like an average team this year. You hear me?
Yeah.
What was it again?
I think they're gonna be really good, man.
Oh, did I lag out or something? Did I lag?
It went in and out, but what was it?
Oh, I was asking because I'm having a hard time predicting some of these schedules just based off like scenarios and stuff. So, what do y'all think? Since we're talking about Aaron Rodgers, what do you think the Packers' record would be this year with him? I had them going like the first time I went through their schedule, I had them going 8-9. Do you think that's right? Do you think that's too low?
I think the Packers win 5 games this season. And I don't even know enough about them to know who they play, what their schedule will look like. But when you got that much animosity where your quarterback is openly wanting to be traded and he's coming out publicly demanding to be traded and saying all this stuff, whether it's hype, whether it's cap or not, that's going to cause problems in the locker room with the people who aren't on board or don't know the inside or the skinny of what's going on. So that's going to cause cracks in the foundation if there isn't already. And I don't think his heart is in it with that team. So I don't think Green Bay is going to go very far at all this year.
Before somebody else answers, do y'all want to hear who they play? Like some of like the good teams they play?
Yeah.
No, because this is a Giants channel. I can give a flipping flip about the Green Bay Packers. Sorry. So go ahead.
All right, so you want me to say it or no?
Yeah, go ahead, my man. I'm just messing with you.
So they play the Saints week 1. They play after that, they play the Lions.
2-0.
Then they play the 49ers. Then they play the Steelers.
Where they play the Niners?
They play the Niners in San Francisco week 3.
2-1.
Yeah, that's what I did. And then they play the Steelers at home. And then they have like kind of an easy 3-game stretch with the Bengals, Bears, and Washington. Even though Washington's not really well, we think there's not an easy. But then they have a rough 3-game stretch with the Cardinals, Chiefs, and Seahawks.
Mm-hmm.
And then
thank you, Jose. I second that notion.
To end the season, they play the Vikings, Rams, Bears, Ravens, Browns, and then Vikings and Lions again.
Yeah.
I'd say I just feel like Aaron Rodgers really like because you heard Devontae Adams come out and he's not like he's talking about leaving if Aaron Rodgers leaves. So I feel like he really like
he fractured the locker room.
Yeah, he messed up that team's chemistry. So I feel like the games like Detroit and like the Bears, those are going to be easy to win. But I feel like against some of these teams, some of these good teams, like the Steelers or the Chiefs and the Cardinals, Seahawks, they're going to lose those just because they're not like that team that they were last year.
Well, my take on the Packers, like Aaron Rodgers he's phenomenal. He's one of the best, obviously, to ever do it. But their defense it can be had. That's what their real problem. Their defense is suspect at best. I mean, they're going to get theirs on offense. It's just Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, the running back. Can't remember his name for some reason right now. Aaron Jones. Yeah. I mean, their offense speaks for itself, but that defense is just suspect, and they just don't seem to be.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Aaron Rodgers is arguably the best quarterback in the league. You know what I mean? But he's also throws tantrums, comes out on the podium and throws his team under the bus, his coaches under the bus, the play caller. You know that's a cancer in the locker room, man.
Let me guess, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, yes, your leader has to, bear the brunt of it. You know what I mean? The quarterback has to go out there and say, hey, you know what? We lost as a team, but my bad. You know what I'm saying? He can't come out there and say, oh, man, they this and they that. And, nobody wants to play with a guy like that. That's the kid that when you played basketball with when you were little and you said foul or something like that, he wanted to take his ball and go home. That's the type of guy that Aaron Rodgers is. Nobody wants that.
I'm going to give you a legit, honest assessment of Aaron Rodgers if he actually came to us. We would be a Super Bowl contender. Automatic.
Hold up. Sorry, Pat. I'm just so tired of the Aaron Rodgers. But this guy asked a question that I think is better than wasting time on Aaron Rodgers.
That's a really good question.
And go ahead and take that one, Pat, since I cut you off.
Offensive player, Giants rookie offensive player of the year is Kadarius Toney, hands down. Our defensive player of the year. Are you talking about rookies or just?
I think it's
players?
all.
Our offensive player of the year is Saquon Barkley.
Ash, I'm gonna switch you out. Joe got something to say.
Our offensive player of the year is Saquon Barkley, if he's healthy the whole season. Our defensive player of the year, I'll be honest with you, it might be Azeez Ojulari. It might be. Because with the attention that Williams is going to get, with Danny Shelton clogging up that middle, Odigbo on pass rush situations at that other end. I think that kid could get about 10 sacks this year, 10, 11 sacks this year. If it's not him, it's going to be Logan Ryan.
I think Adam's trying to get in.
Okay, let me see how to put that back in. I think I know how to do it now.
Offensive player of the year. Could be Galladay. Could be. I mean, we brought him in for the money. He's supposed to be our 50-50 guy. Is Daniel Jones going to do what Eli did with Plex? Throw it up there. I mean, if he's throwing it up there, 50-50 balls coming down with him, I mean, that's what we paid him for. That's the guy that I want to be because I want that scenario to happen quite a bit. That way they're not blitzing us. He's got an outlet to get rid of that ball. Defensive, I want to say Leo. Because I think Aziz has the quickness to get to the outside, but the minute that quarterback steps up into the pocket, I think Leo's going to be right there on a one-on-one situation. I don't think he's getting double teamed. If he goes one-on-one against the guard.
It's in the chat. Sorry.
Oh yeah, there's the call-in link. Yeah, I that's how I see it. I think the middle is going. I think Graham's going to have the guys to cover on the back end, and then send the guys around on the outside to make the quarterback step up and have those three big guys, Dexter and Leo and whoever else in there to crush that pocket and collapse it to where he doesn't have room to scramble and run out into the front.
Yep.
That's a good assessment.
I think what? I think the best defensive player on the team this year will be Peppers. Because I think he's going to be free to be used in the box like a linebacker. And then on offense, I think that Daniel Jones is going to have a really good year.
Rick, I'm going to swap you out with him for real quick. My man Adam.
Okay.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
But don't leave. I'm going to bring you back here in a second. Adam, welcome to the stream, brother.
How's it going, fellas?
Hey, Adam.
What's going on, guys?
What's going on?
Talking Giants football, baby. You know, it's like, oh, by the way, Bill Clinton, he changed musical instruments. He's not playing the sax anymore. He's playing the harmonica.
Okay, Ash, thanks for stopping in, brother.
I'm late to the party. Sorry, fellas.
What's going on? What was the last question we was addressing?
Offensive and defensive rookie of the, or player of the year.
Yeah, there you go. Right there. What's your picks?
Mine?
Yeah.
Defensive player of the year.
For the Giants.
Yes. Last year you could have said Leonard Williams. This year I'm going to go with Azeez Ojulari. I'm just going to throw it out there. And then offensively, it's got to be Saquon Barkley, right? You got to have.
Thank you.
It's got to be. I mean, someone could say Daniel Jones, but I mean, if you want offensive player of the year, you have to have it be Barkley. I mean, Galladay is going to have his yards, but Barkley is the man that we're all talking about, the one that we all seem to forget about, you know. But at the end of the day, he's a beast, right? And the man changes the dynamic of how this team plays, and without him. You know, even let's say he's out of the picture, Galladay doesn't have the same yardage without Barkley. So Barkley is what makes the whole thing go. So
I agree. I love Barkley. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Big Mac.
I think honestly, I think in a perfect scenario for me, offensive player of the year for the Giants would be, to me, Daniel Jones, because that would mean he had a great year, so that would be very positive for us. And then defensive, I'm looking at that secondary, man. I think it's going to be somebody out of there, man, like Bradbury. Maybe you said Jabril Peppers earlier. I like that pick too, because I think he'll have an opportunity to make a lot of plays this year because he'll be able to do a lot more things, especially with Xavier McKinney out there. He can worry about the deep stuff in the middle of the field, playing center field. Jabril can come up in the box a lot more and play almost like a sub-package linebacker type guy, man. So I'm thinking either between Jabril Peppers or Bradbury for a defensive Giants defensive player of the year.
You really want to consider Bradbury in there with because he's not going to get thrown at a lot. I mean, their quarterbacks are going to avoid him, so he's not going to really put up super numbers because he's just not going to get the attention.
Hey, if he's so dangerous that they won't throw to him, to me that's a defensive player of the year.
Well,
I know that or not.
The man in the middle.
I know what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, though.
You know, I'm just saying everybody wants to look at numbers for given, the reasons of why. And it's just he's going to have a lot of pass defended, but it's not really going to be a lot because is he going to get thrown on more than 4 times a game? They're going to try it a couple of times, but if he's there defending,
he has a point there, right?
Yeah, I know they got to throw somewhere, though. I mean,
right.
That's what I'm looking at it.
But he has a point that if he's shutting down half the field, that is a defensive player of the year. Right? I mean, Deion Sanders was considered one of the best players of the year. They didn't throw on his side. So, I mean, I agree with Bradbury as an intriguing defensive player of the year. Last year he had a great season, but we don't talk about it. Why? Because he didn't have the interception numbers. I mean, he had 3 interceptions. That one pick he had where he kept his toes in bounds and basically went limp from the bottom. I mean, that was a great play. The one where he stole from Kyle Allen, where he dropped back into coverage, right into his sight line. I mean, the guy was the best player on the team defense last year, one of them. And I also want to think we should talk about Blake Martinez. I mean, we haven't had a middle linebacker who's been that good since Antonio Pierce. Okay. And he really is the captain of the defense. And if this team's going to go, we're going to need him, right? We're going to need him in the middle manning it, because I know Dexter Lawrence is there and Leonard Williams is going to keep all these guys off him. I could see him going off this year again. I mean, he had 120 tackles last year. I mean, the boy is a monster, but we don't talk about him because, he's Blake Martinez. He doesn't do anything right?
Well, why do all birds fly over Lincoln Financial Field upside down?
There's nothing worth crapping on.
Kudos strikes again.
Just the statue.
Well, they are worth crapping on. It's worth crapping on the Eagles, that dirty ass town. I was in Philly this weekend. Man, that place is dirty. Okay.
I know.
I don't ever want to go there. I was going there for my son to go to the zoo, and I'm driving up and I'm like, garbage, graffiti, garbage, graffiti, garbage, graffiti. I'm like, no wonder these people are so angry. Fucking shitty ass fucking city, right? And the first thing I said when I walked out of this into the zoo was "fuck Philadelphia," and then I walked into the zoo. So that's how I roll, fellas. That's how I roll. I hate that fucking dirty town.
Joe, you want to take this one, Joe?
Oh, I'll tell you what. I'll give you one guy right now who's in the Pro Bowl. Maybe that's what we all ought to do. My guy for the Giants Pro Bowl is Andrew Thomas.
How about we say All Pro? Because Pro Bowl's a joke when Evan Ingram gets in doing nothing.
All Pro Andrew Thomas. I think he's going to have a breakout year this year. He's healthy.
Miz, who's your Giants Pro Bowl prediction for the year?
That's a good one. Hey, Adam, who was the linebacker from Minnesota?
Cole Garrett's going to be your Pro Bowl.
I would say Barkley if he's healthy, if he gives us 15 games.
All right, Pat.
Pro Bowlers are going to be Bradbury, Saquon Barkley, Leonard Williams,
Mac.
Like Bradbury. I think Jabril Peppers can get in there this year, take that next step.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely like Saquon on offense as long as he does stay healthy for about at least 15 or so of the games. He'll definitely get up in there. And honestly, it's going to sound crazy, but I think Evan Ingram might actually earn it this year.
Oh my God.
I agree with him. I was going to say that too. I was going to go with Peppers also and Ingram. I think Ingram's going to have a big year.
I think with Kyle Rudolph out there too, you can't defend everybody. It's just going to be so much. He should be. I think he should be more wide open this year running routes than he has ever been his whole entire career. So it's just no excuses. You just got to catch the damn football. Like,
Oh,
just catch it.
That's just it with Ingram. If it was just a drop, I could live with it. But because like 6 of them were interceptions, because he bats the ball up in the air.
And not only that, he misses him at the worst time when we need him most. But my Pro Bowl prediction. Adam, did you go yet?
I did not, but I have 0 Pro Bowlers, but I have 3 All Pros, and that's Leonard Williams, that's going to be Bradbury, and that's going to be Saquon Barkley, all first team All Pro this year. That's how you get to the Hall of Fame and the All Pros.
Yep.
So.
Okay. All right. Good to know. I'll keep that. I'll write that note down. Thank you, Adam. I didn't know that. I thought the Pro Bowl votes counted more. So that's good to know. Thank you. Taught me something.
The All Pro is like the actual, like that's what you get. The Pro Bowl votes when everything goes to the Pro Bowl. That's not a thing, right? It's a popularity contest. I look at the All Pros because that's how when they go to put your ballot in for the Hall of Fame, they count how many All Pros you got.
Okay,
that's true.
So I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say Adoree Jackson is gonna have a Pro Bowl year. I think Saquon Barkley strikes again and goes to the Pro Bowl. And I think Daniel Jones balls out this year. I think the old line is gonna gel and buy him some time, and he's gonna have a plethora of targets to choose from. So I think this year he can actually show out and make it to the Pro Bowl. But let me see here. Philly is dirty and stinky. I love you.
Yes. I love you.
Let me see. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Joseph Balby says his surprise breakout year is Darnay Holmes.
I can agree with that.
What's the guy got to do to break out? I mean, he didn't have a touchdown thrown against him. What more does the guy have to do? I mean,
man, you know what? Thinking of that, how many cornerbacks do you think we're going to keep? Because right now we have Julian Love, Darnay Holmes, Adoree Jackson, James Bradbury, Rodarius Williams, Aaron Robinson, Sam Beal.
Well, Beal's gone. I wouldn't count him.
I can't imagine more than 6. I just can't imagine more than 6.
Xavier McKinney.
There's another one too that we have. I can't remember his name.
Xavier.
Can't
He's
remember.
safety.
Xavier's a safety, yeah.
Oh, man, you're talking about all secondary players.
But yeah, that's a lot of cornerbacks. And there's another one, I'm forgetting his name too. But we have
Sam Beal is coming back.
At Isaac Yadam.
Isaac Yadam. Yeah, that's the one. Isaac Yadam.
Beal and Yadam are gone, I think.
Yeah, but he took a pay cut. Isaac Yadam took a pay cut, so I don't think he's gonna. They're gonna discard him.
You gotta figure this. Bradbury is guaranteed. Adoree Jackson is guaranteed.
Right.
The kid from 3rd round, he's pretty much guaranteed.
Yes.
Aaron Robinson, yeah.
Yeah, he's guaranteed.
Darnay Holmes is guaranteed.
Darnay Holmes is guaranteed. That's already 4 right there.
Right. So
and I'm figuring there's only room for about 2 more, maybe.
So Julian Love and Rodarius Williams.
Well, are you playing Julian Love at safety? Because you can stash Julian Love at safety. And
absolutely.
That makes him a versatile asset. So you keep him in case Logan Ryan goes down or Xavier McKinney goes down or something like that. God forbid.
Well, he's got a 3-year contract, doesn't he?
Who?
Love.
Yeah, I think Julian Love.
His contract will be up this coming year, I think.
I thought he did a 3-year deal last year.
No. He's still on his rookie deal. Are you talking about Logan Ryan or talking about Julian Love?
Julian Love. Julian Love on his rookie deal still. Absolutely. He's on his rookie deal still.
Julian Love apparently is gone 2023. So he still has 2 seasons left.
Yeah, that's what I saw. He signed a 3-year deal last year.
Oh man. What the who wants to take this one?
I will. I'm not even worried about this because DJ's going to be a top 8 quarterback this year.
It depends on how the team plays if you get Watson or not. I mean, if you're terrible, you want to draft a quarterback and keep going. But if Daniel Jones is your only problem, then go get Watson and go try to get a chip.
I don't know. I don't think Joe Judge is the type of guy that likes to have a running quarterback. I mean, I think he likes a quarterback that is mobile when necessary. But I think Joe Judge is old school. He wants a pocket passer, and he wants a power running offense. Punch you in the face for 60 minutes, like he said in his press conference.
Well, not only that, I'm not going to draft a quarterback next year.
Yeah, he sold me. He had me at punch you in the face. I was like,
I was running through a wall for that guy, man. I was sitting there on the other end of the radio. I was like, where do I strap my helmet up? Let's go. I wish I was at that press conference, boy. I would have, man, I would play for Joe.
Yeah, because right now there's no quarterbacks really that I would want coming up in the next year's draft.
I don't know anybody yet. I mean, I do like Spencer Rattler.
Oh, he's got too much of an attitude.
3 good quarterbacks in next year's
draft. Johnny Manziel 2.0 and Rattler. I heard he's got a really bad attitude.
Well, maybe Joe Judge is the guy he needs. I mean, I don't want to talk about
Buddy
this.
Dow, welcome to the stream, brother.
I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to jinx Daniel Jones. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't want to look at quarterbacks. Hopefully the Giants aren't even looking at quarterbacks this year.
Right.
And make the season a lot more fun if we're not. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Let's go. Big Blue is right, Ray from VA. Thank you for joining the stream.
Is it September 12th yet? I'm ready to go, man. I'm ready to go.
Right? I can't wait, man. I can't wait.
I cannot wait.
Thank you guys for joining the stream. Hit that like button, subscribe.
I've been doing I'm so bored. I've been watching highlights of every player so far. I'm on Mike Glennon. The next person tonight will be Clayton Thorson. I'm just doing a 90-day or a 90-player, highlight reel just to see where we're at, just to get my own little notes and nuggets, because half these guys aren't going to make the roster, but it's just fun anyways, just to kind of see what they're building, right? And also to reacquaint myself with some of these guys like Saquon Barkley. I really miss him, right? He's been
welcome to the stream.
He missed a lot of games this year. I really do, sitting back and thinking about it, I really do miss him. He's a great ambassador for the team. He really does work hard. He's a team-first guy. He's not an Odell type of guy. So, I mean, we need to stop talking about how the weaknesses of Barkley and just start praising this man. And hopefully he comes back and burns the league down, Derrick Henry style, gets 2,000 yards and all that stuff. That would be great.
Not to interrupt anybody, but is it? I'm sorry if I do this wrong, but is it Jose Rosario or is it Josie Rosario?
No, it's Jose. You said it right the first time.
That is because I don't see there's a girl in the picture. That's why I asked if it's his girlfriend's butt or what. I don't know if it's hers. And I get it. I know you're not saying DJ's going to fail, and I understand the scenario. But for me, I've just seen the Ravens game really gave me confidence in the second half as to what DJ turned into, because he was trying to get the ball out quick. If he couldn't get the ball out quick, he took the sack. He didn't try to do extra. He didn't try to run. He didn't try to make a play. He did what he could do, and that's all you could ask when you got 9 guys coming at you and you only 5 blocking.
Great game to reference. I know they lost, but that was his stats were pretty good in that game.
Yes.
He played solid.
I mean, they didn't lose that game because of Daniel Jones. Let's put it to you that way.
Right.
I hope Hurts plays good enough for Philly to not trade for Watson.
He's got a point.
Well, you know what? Let them trade for Watson because they're not going to do anything when they trade for him. They're going to have to give up all the assets, and they're not going to be able to protect him anyways. He'll be running for his life.
Oh, my God, the cap hell they're in right now. Could you imagine if they tried to get him in there coming up with another $40 million a year? Ooh, I wouldn't want to be in charge of that.
You know what? Let them trade him so they can be in cap hell for years to come.
Hey, man, Tudo, you are welcome on the stream anytime, man.
I heard there's a lot of women in Philly that do private massages, so
Here in Palermo, Italy, we have tourists from all over the U.S. except from Philadelphia, and that's a fact. because here in Italy we're all Giants fans. Well, grazie, tutto.
Yeah, well, at the Philadelphia Zoo, I was telling my son, I said, I saw some bald eagles, not the dirt bags that play down the street. You know what I mean? So I hate that. Listen, if you can eat horse poop when you win a Super Bowl, how can I ever respect your fan base? I mean, the guy literally is sitting there and a crowd of people are chanting, yeah, and he eats horse shit, people. Horse shit. Okay, when the Giants won the Super Bowl, I ran down the street and woke up my neighbors. They didn't say, well, let me put horse shit in my mouth because my team just won. Yeah, that's how we do here things in Philadelphia. You know, like, God, that's why I can't respect them. Now, I got a question for you guys. You guys are all Giant fans. Who are you rooting for in that Super Bowl? Because I have a Cowboy fan who's like, yeah, I was rooting for the Philadelphia Eagles. I said, you need to denounce your Cowboy fanhood right now. Because you're voting for the Eagles. I don't care how.
Nah. I was Team Belichick all the way. He from the Giants family tree.
I didn't even watch the game. I couldn't because I couldn't stand either team. That's like I've missed very few Super Bowls, but I went to work that day.
I was at my boy's Super Bowl party, and he is an Eagles fan, and I was just there watching the game. I didn't root for anybody.
Well,
I didn't care
who
won. Well, I live right outside of Philly, so I'm right there.
Poor man.
I'm in this area, and there's nothing but Eagle fans around me. I mean, I went to the Eagle Giant game in 2017 with a pregnant girlfriend. Almost got fight with 5 Eagle fans because I was like,
thank you for joining the stream.
I'm yelling at them how bad their defense is. They're looking at me like, what are you talking about? I'm like, dude, you guys are fucking shitty. And you know, of course, my mouth didn't stop. So here come 5 Eagle fans, and my pregnant girlfriend walks over like, what are you doing? I'm saying, I'm about to fuck up all these Eagle fans right now. That's what I'm about to do. But you came over here just in time and saved their asses. So.
Well, you wouldn't have to go to jail far because they got one built right into the stadium.
I always tell people I would never I would ask for bail money for you guys. I'd call you guys up like, listen, man, if you can put together some bail money, I'm stuck in Philadelphia right now. Someone needs to come kidnap me.
You're looking at the chat, Pat.
I'd scrape up something.
Hey, listen, at least I know I can count on Joel.
What's going on, champ?
What are you guys looking forward to the most? Like, do you guys have any pregame rituals? Do you guys do anything? Because I know if I eat a chicken parm sandwich and the Giants lose, I ain't eating chicken parm until, next week. I'm going to eat something else. You know what I'm saying? I'm not wearing the same shirt that they wore last. I'm going to try. If they lose, maybe I'll wash it, to get the dirty loss out. But what do you guys do? Any superstitions, anything like that?
I have superstitions, but they're kind of weird because it's like if I'm sitting one way on the couch and the Giants are doing really good, I won't freaking move. I'll sit in that position. I won't even get up and pee. I'm like, oh, I can't get up and move. They're going to do good. And it's like, I got to go and it's halftime. And it's like, yeah, I get up and go. And then they come out in the second half and I shouldn't have went to the bathroom or should have held it. God damn it. Or if I'm sitting on the edge of my chair just right, I won't move. I guess it's kind of weird, but
I'm the type that won't look at any sports shows or anything until the next time we win. I don't want to hear
That's funny you said that. I'm
about us losing this stuff.
When we lose, I don't want to hear anything. I don't want to hear about it all week long about how bad the Giants look playing whoever. I just tune them all out. I'm the same way.
If we lose, don't even talk to me for a week.
Jaden, you bad dog's little brother?
No, he's saying that I am. No, I'm not. He always says that. I'll tell you mine. And during the game, if we're winning at halftime, everybody in the room has to stay in the exact seat the rest of the game. And if we're losing, we all got to switch seats. We got to rearrange. And that's how I do it. So usually at the halftime of every game.
Wow. I wish I was
hopefully not this year
in college.
Shout out to Jaden for being in the stream, man. He's always bigging me up when I jump in Tana's stream or Bad Dog stream. He's always giving me a shout out, trying to get those guys to acknowledge me. So thanks for popping in the stream, buddy.
Yeah, Jaden's a great supporter.
You know what I like? I actually like for once that we have a week 1 game at 4:30 instead of 1 o'clock.
Yeah,
it gives you something to look forward to.
I put that up there. Joe's just trying to ignore it there.
No, I said I got a fishing video dropping tomorrow. I told him I had one. I went out to the fishing hole tonight. That's why I was late to the stream. I still got to edit a video and everything here.
What hole are you going out to tonight?
Shh, don't tell the wife. I'm going to Mabel's. I got a pocket full of ones, and I'm all set to go.
Hey, be careful. You don't want to get your wings clipped on a live stream.
Well, you know what? You go fishing. You use crabs for bait, so I got to go out and get some bait.
Shit, the last Giants game I bet on. Jose's question here. Comment. The last Giants game I bet on actually was the Super Bowl in 2000 when we got trashed by Baltimore. After that, I never bet on the Giants ever again. I never bet on a Giants game ever since then.
Only game I shed a tear at was that game.
It was so hard to watch.
Especially when they call a bogus holding play. Change the whole game right there.
Yeah.
Oh, that Jesse Armstead when he ran a touchdown back?
Yeah,
that was terrible.
I mean, when I was taught to play football, if a guy does a fake, you're allowed to tackle him, right? So they're doing a play-action play, and Keith Hamilton tackles Jamal Lewis, and Trent Dilfer, who's panicking, throws the ball right into the breadbasket of Jesse Armstead. I don't know where the flag's supposed to be.
That was crazy.
Yeah. Keith Hamilton was a beast. Yeah. I remember
He came in as a DN.
One of my favorite players ever.
I'd like you guys for getting my views up to 20 on my first live stream ever. I greatly appreciate it.
That's pretty good.
Yo, it's crazy. It's crazy how many great defensive tackles we've supplied this league with.
Oh, man.
Mainly Minnesota.
Yeah. Washington too, right? Washington.
Cornelius Griffin. People forget about him, man. He was a beast.
Shout out to Italy in the building, man. You guys see this? Believe it or not, there's a very large Giants fan community here in Italy. In 2016, 1,900 diehard Giants fans attended.
I remember that.
I remember that too.
In London Rugby Stadium.
Yep.
I remember that.
That's when
Landon Collins had that crazy.
Yeah, Landon Collins had that crazy game.
Yeah, when he could play. By the way, Lou, I followed you on Twitter, so if you need to get a hold of me.
I loved Landon Collins, man.
Okay, sweet. Landon Collins was a beast.
Well, Landon Collins, Julius Pepper is similar to what Landon Collins like. That's why I like their game. Styles. I think Julius Peppers. Look at me. Julius Pepper's a little faster than
You faded in and out, Adam.
Got an echo too.
Hello.
There is an echo.
I'm here. I'm just trying to fix the echo.
Oh, okay.
Again, also real fast. Once again, Gettleman made the right decision.
Yes.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did.
You don't pay that guy no $84 million. The hell out of here.
Yeah, I don't like that was crazy to me, man. $84 million for in the box safety.
Yeah, they're crazy.
That's crazy.
That's Schneider.
To answer Jose's question, I think they're getting together week 18 at the Washington game at Giants Stadium. I think that's when they're going to have a big get together.
Yes. We were talking about that.
Appreciate you popping in the stream. Sorry for cutting you off, Miz.
That's all right. Ash and I were talking about that. I know I called Lou. I didn't have your number, Pat. I told Adam about it. Week 18, everybody wants to get together for the weekend up here and go to the game together. Hang out Saturday night, maybe stay at a hotel near the stadium, go to the game together Sunday. They're looking for that week 18. You know, we're a while away, but that's the game that they're circling that everybody wants to go to. Yeah. It's a great game. Just be ready. It's going to be cold.
Oh, yeah. MetLife in November and December ain't no joke.
Well, that game is January 9th.
Yeah, January.
I'm going to go on a limb right now. It's going to be flexed to the 8 p.m. game because we're going to be fighting for the division and the playoffs. It's going to be 8:25 p.m., boys. I know it says 1 o'clock now, but get ready. We're going to prime time.
Right.
All right, I'll give you guys a trick on staying warm, okay? Go get an old T-shirt, sew pockets on it. Put 3 pockets on each side of it. turn it around so the pockets are on your back. Put hand warmers, them packet hand warmers, put them in the back. Keep you nice and warm all freaking day long.
I don't know how to sew, but
or you just get really drunk and that'll keep you nice and real raw.
Well, yeah, antifreeze. Yeah, but some of us can't drink. We're diabetic, you know.
Solo.
But, yeah, that's how I stay warm fishing and all that. I got a
in.
T-shirt with a bunch of pockets.
That's a great trick, man. You can sell those.
That 2000 Super Bowl is erased from memory. Facts. As far as I'm concerned, that season ended with beating Vikings at Giant Stadium.
That was a great game.
We definitely scored 40 on that one.
41-0. Kerry Collins, 5 touchdowns.
I watched 2000 NFC Championship. I was there other night, and Madden said New York Giants backup quarterback Jason Garrett said he thought Ike Hilliard could be something special. Thought it interesting now with having Tony.
Well, Troy Aikman said the same thing. Troy Aikman said Ike Hilliard would be a Hall of Famer if he played for the Cowboys.
Yeah, Ike Hilliard had a nice skill set. Florida boy.
So him and Toomer opposite of each other.
I loved Ike Hilliard. He was my favorite receiver growing up. My coach for football used to say, well, I was playing receiver. He quoted Keyshawn Johnson. I said, no, coach, give me Ike Hilliard. I don't like Keyshawn. I don't like the Jets. Give me Ike Hilliard. So they used to call me Ike in football when I played because that's the guy I liked. He was very bendy like Tony is. He could. I mean, there's a game against the Eagles where he caught the ball, somehow it didn't touch the ground. His knee went like an inch off the ground, and then he got another 5 yards. It was crazy. It was great. That guy was great.
Yeah, Ike was great to watch.
Good old days.
Watch his college tape, man. There's a move where he stops. He catches the ball in, I think it's a national championship game. He's running down. He stops. 2 defenders cut right in front of him. Both collide into each other, and then he walks past them for a touchdown. I was in 1997 when he didn't have many highlights. Boy, I was jumping through the roof when I saw that guy. I was like, damn, this guy, we got a receiver, boy.
I didn't get a chance to watch any of the news outlets. Did you guys hear anything on the OTAs today as to how many guys were there or who showed up?
Have our OTA started already?
No, I don't think our OTA started today, did it?
Yeah.
Today they started.
Yeah.
Yeah, today.
No, I didn't hear nothing yet, but thank you again, Jason Solo. Appreciate you popping in the stream, brother. Tudo. The key for Coach Judge to take the team to the championship is proper training, conditioning, and preparations for all players for each game and keep them healthy and fit. Forget about it.
Yeah, that thing that Shepard came out with, that blew my mind. I kind of figured something was going on there when everybody was getting hurt, but just couldn't put your finger on it. And now that he come out and said that there was no conditioning, no training, no. Wonder why you lose 4 receivers in one game.
Yeah, because Pat and McAdoo was Club Med.
Yeah,
they were there.
Right.
You were just chilling, eating the catered food, and chilling, and saying, "Hey guys, let's high five and go party and play cards in the back."
Hey Mac, I'm gonna swap you out for a second with my man Rick.
All right, bro.
Appreciate you popping in the stream though. Don't leave. I'll swing you back. Ricky Rick, welcome back.
Hey, how you doing, man?
What up?
Macadoo.
Rick, you got that smooth radio voice, man.
Thank you. Appreciate that. I got the face too.
You're not listening to smooth. It's the 80s.
I didn't go that far, man.
Appreciate it.
So you're not listening to the ladies, man. What is this? Joseph Mod. I missed those, huh?
Oh, Joseph's like he's not a mod, so he can post everybody's channel. Joseph's good at doing that. He'll take everybody and post their links so that people can click on them and subscribe.
Okay. See, I'm new to all of this.
I would say if you're going to make somebody a moderator, Joseph's really good at it.
Yeah,
he doesn't abuse it. He's real good egg about it. He'll give people warnings, but he'll get rid of spam for you. Keeps an eye on everybody. He does a real good job.
What offensive skill player has the most touchdowns this year?
Well, I don't think I have enough viewers for that yet. I don't think, right?
To create a mod?
Yeah. I don't know how to do it yet. This is my first live, but by the next time, I got you guys. Appreciate the offer.
Lou, you're better than me. I haven't done a live stream yet, and I need to.
Hey, listen, it took me some time to figure this out today, okay? So don't give me a pat on the back just yet.
Hey, you're doing great, man. We haven't been kicked out yet. So.
Oh, man. I'm trying.
Right.
Trying,
it's hard.
man.
It's hard right now. There's no news, and there's not going to really be any news.
Oh, no, there's news. There's news. There's news that came out today that Will Hernandez has been working with the offensive line specialist all offseason. He learned how to play the right guard position, took a bunch of snaps at the right guard position, and improved a lot of things that he needed to work on in the pass protection at the left guard position.
Right.
Well, we'll see when the pads go on, man.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on Will Hernandez, man. Will
He's
Hernandez
trying to get
is
paid.
a good player.
I'm not saying I'm not sleeping on him. I'm
in
just
the pass
saying
protection area with some fundamentals that he needed to learn.
Let me ask you this, Lou. What hand are you dominant with? Your right or your left?
I'm actually ambidextrous. I write with both hands. I can play handball with both hands.
You're the wrong person to ask that question. But the point is that when you're on the left side, you develop your eyesight and your move skill set to the left side. Now he's got to do that whole thing and swap it to the right side. And
he's staying at the guard, but he learned to play the other side so that he can become an asset since he knows that this team stresses versatility.
Well, I mean, he's going to be if he's doing it right, he should be the starting right guard. My only thing is even offensive linemen have said it. It's hard to just pick up and go to the other side. It's not as easy as what you think. I mean, you're ambidextrous, but if anyone's tried to write with their opposite hand, it's not ambidextrous. It's not that easy to pick it up and learn. It's something you have to work over time. So I'm hoping he does well because that would benefit the offensive line. So let's see. I'll just wait till the pads come on before I jump on the Will Hernandez bandwagon on that.
Well, that's like trying to go to the bathroom instead of using your right hand to wipe your bottom. You got to try to use your left hand because you hurt your right hand. Then we're going to figure out just how hard things are to get by with.
Or that's a clumsy stranger, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
You want to spice your love life up a little bit?
What's this fool doing? Come on now. Get with the program.
Let me see. Okay. Greeny green.
Ooh.
You finished smoking?
What
to expect from Ellerson? I actually don't think Ellerson is going to be like an every down player. I actually don't think he makes it onto the field until probably mid-season after he's put on some more weight, has had some time in the scheme and perfected his finesse move and his swim move. I think he's more of a project. He has the body type they want. They want him to put on some more weight. He has a great first step, but I really don't think he's going to get on the field till at least mid-season. But that's
special
just
teams. I want to see him block a kick.
Okay. I can see that. I can definitely see that. Hell yeah, with them long arms.
That's a really good topic to talk about. Is like, who do you really see that's going to stay on the team? I mean, there's going to be some good guys that we want to keep that are going to get cut, and there's nothing we can do about it. And you can't put them on the.
As soon as I figure out how to, Jose, I got you. You, Jaden, and Joseph.
We can. I mean, we can make some trades. This is what's intriguing. This is a good problem to have, Joel.
I know.
So many good players at all the positions. People are going to be needing players come July when people get nicked up and things like that. You can say, hey, we got a plethora of outside linebackers. Here you go.
Right.
I'm looking forward to seeing what Gettleman has up his sleeve this July.
Here's a question. I got a question for you guys. Let's say Xavier McKinney is like a stud. Like, he's crazy. What do you do with Jabril Peppers? Do you think the Giants are going to keep Jabril Peppers, or you think they're going to roll with? Because I know they got Logan Ryan for what, three years.
I would trade him.
What do you think you could get for him, though? You think you could get a second?
Jabril Peppers? Man, he's part of the heart and soul of that defense, man.
I love him, but you got McKinney already there. His replacement does the same thing. It might be better, right?
But what I'm saying is the thing in the draft was the Giants got kudos for getting a pick next year because those picks are so important and teams are hoarding them. I mean, Julio Jones came out with that BS today on live television saying, I'm out of here.
He didn't know he was on the air.
It don't matter. He said it.
You think
I agree with you, man.
That was set up.
What? Are you going to get a first-round pick for Julio Jones? I don't think so.
No. That seems so out of pocket for Julio, though. Like, he's never done anything like that in his career. I don't know.
That was set up, man. And he wants out of Atlanta.
Hey, I'm just saying, as for Peppers, I don't think you can get a first round, maybe a second. A late second at that. I'm just saying, I'm not trying to say that that's what I would trade him for.
But
I'm
why
just trying
haven't they
to figure out.
extended him, though? That's my question. Why haven't they extended him? You guys like him. We seem to like him. He plays like the dog that we know he is. He's like a bit of Antrell Roll mixed with some Landon Collins in personality. I like him, but what do you do with him? I mean, it seems like they have McKinney who can play the same position. You have Logan Ryan here who's going to play that nickel/free safety role.
I mean, yeah, but a King Tone. All right, he didn't know he was on the air. Come on, he's good friends with this guy. If he's got his phone number, he talks to Shannon Sharp a lot, okay? He knows Shannon Sharp has a job. He knows what hours this man is on television. So you can't sit there.
He's Shannon Sharp's nephew.
Yeah.
You just said what you need to say. Shannon Sharp. That's all you needed to say.
That's his own
Pat, you real quiet, Pat. What's up, Pat?
No, I'm actually was doing something on my computer. Something came up.
He's trying to contact Julio Jones to see what his actual thought process is, so he can get live breaking news on the stream.
Actually, I've been trying to get Kadarius Toney.
Oh yeah,
contacts with him. So.
You trying to get him on the stream?
Mm-hmm.
No
Will
way.
Hernandez
That'd be crazy.
is working out his life with Duke, the O-line training specialist, to make it the money year to get all the NFL teams' attention, Paisano. Will Hernandez, I'm telling you, Will Hernandez has been working his butt off. I will not be surprised if he comes out and impresses this year.
All right. So look at the guys we got to re-sign next year. All right. Hernandez is on that list. Peppers is on that list. Ingram's on that list. Barkley's on that list. Well, we can get.
We ain't re-signing Ingram.
You know what?
Don't let the door hit you on the way out, Evan.
If Miz is right, and Ingram has 11 touchdowns, 900 yards, okay, and he has 2 turnovers.
Still doesn't make up for all the BS.
It doesn't make up for the BS, but what are you going to get for him trade market value? You're not going to get a second for him.
Well, here's some news. Evan Ingram's at a tight ends camp that's held by Travis Kelce and some other NFL players. So maybe he'll learn how to catch there. And maybe you're right, Joel. Maybe he will stay, or Miz, maybe he will stay. I don't know. Joe Judge likes him. Well, listen, I'm not trying to hate Evan Ingram. I've just seen this song and dance before. He hasn't gotten better. He's not doing. He could have technically been a 5th round pick. But here he is. He was drafted in the 1st as a reach. He doesn't inline block. I want him to block, but he doesn't block that well. You can't put him at the slot receiver. He doesn't run by cornerbacks. Okay. The best play he's had was the Tampa Bay 75-yard run. Where has that been the last couple of years?
What have you done for me lately?
Yeah.
I don't care about Ingram. You're gonna let him go, but we gotta keep Peppers. Gotta find a way to keep Peppers.
You gotta find a way to restructure something and keep Peppers. Listen, until McKinney proves that he can work a full season, it was his rookie season, and he was out there until the last. What, he missed how many games?
10
in his rookie season. So before we go getting rid of Peppers, we got to make sure that McKinney can play a full season.
Jabril Peppers wasn't fully healthy the first season either. That's why
so we can't afford to lose none of them because together they equal 1.
But what if Peppers is doing a Landon Collins? He wants what What did Landon Collins get? What if he wants
Well,
that?
then
We
you gotta
can't
cut
do
him. If he's asking for way more than he's worth, then you gotta cut him. But I mean, as of right now, he seems to be the heart and soul of that secondary. Him coupled with Logan Ryan, and he balls his ass off for the team. He's still young, and I mean, unless he starts being a diva or problematic,
No.
and until Xavier McKinney proves that he could play a full season, I don't just turn my back on.
Well, all right, real quick though. Here's the thing though, is that the Giants said that the cap salary might be tight next year. Okay, so everyone's like, well, let's get rid of Shepard because we can save $6 million. Well, what if Shepard has 1,400 yards, 9
You still got to get rid of him. He's 2 concussions away from being freaking.
You know what? If he plays,
to have a medical.
If he plays 17 games and he's the star of the playoffs, you still cutting him?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can pick a guy up like
you
that.
have Kadarius Toney, who's going to do a lot more stuff.
And the only reason I say that is because Shepard has already played what? This is his 6th, 7th season with us?
Something like that.
And out of those 6 or 7 seasons, he's been hurt 3 or 4 of them for long periods of time. So, I mean,
Barkley's been hurt for the last 2 years too, so I don't think we should pay him. I mean, the best ability is availability. People say he's injury prone. It all depends on how you want to look at it.
I mean, we
still got to get our value. We still got to get our value out of Barkley, seeing that we picked him 2nd overall, and the amount of money that he's being paid. We got to get that value out of him. And I believe he is a way more electric player than Sterling Shepard when you look at it realistically at the end of the day. So would I be willing to part with a Sterling Shepard as opposed to a Saquon Barkley? Hell yeah.
Well, I mean, it's also value, right? One was picked number 2 overall. One was picked whatever in the second round. Right? So, I mean, we forget that they do use these value assessments when giving out contracts, right? We always think, they're going to sign this guy. But, look at Dalvin Thomas, right? He was a 2nd round pick. Technically, you want to keep your own. But we decided to keep Leonard Williams, who had 11.5 sacks, over Dalvin Tomlinson. Are we going to miss Dalvin Tomlinson? I'm not going to miss Dalvin Tomlinson. I think he was a good player, but I don't think he was as great as everyone says he is. I mean,
he was consistent. He was an anchor on that defensive line, but we replaced him with another good run stuffer for way less in Danny Shelton. So, I mean, and we still had Dexter Lawrence and Leonard Williams, who we had to re-sign.
Well, Dexter Lawrence technically should play more, right? So he should get more snaps. I love Dexter Lawrence. I think he should play more snaps, right? Because he is a big body. He's going to be the guy that's taking up some stuff for Blake Martinez, and that's the guy who's really going to benefit from these D tackles, Blake Martinez. He's not being talked about enough in the elite linebackers of this league. The guy came over. Well, everyone criticized him, and he even said, "I wasn't used right in Green Bay."
Well, so the thing is let's go back to what Shepard said about conditioning. Do you think Judge didn't play these guys because he didn't think they were conditioned enough to play 90% of the snaps?
Hey, Rick, point down.
No.
Go ahead, do you think?
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Joe.
Peppers ain't going. Peppers ain't going anywhere. Peppers ain't going anywhere. The Giants value leadership. He's from the area. He loves being a Giant. He'll work out a contract with them. And the other guy, if he has a good year this year, ain't going nowhere, and that's Hernandez. The rest of them, I don't know.
I see these 2 gone right here. I agree with Greeny Green.
Yeah,
Shepard and Solder.
Yeah, Solder's gone. That's easy.
But Jabril Peppers, I know Jabril Peppers personally. He won't pull a Landon Collins. He loves the Giants. He played for Paramus Catholic, so it means a lot to him to ball out in front of the home crowd.
Jose's flexing that he knows Jabril.
That doesn't mean he's going to not accept the money that he's worth.
You need money, though.
That he's worth, though.
No, but he's saying that he won't pull a Landon Collins and demand.
That's good to know.
But that's what we say now, and then a team comes in and swoops in and says we're going to overpay.
Peppers grew up from the stadium.
That's a great last name too, Peppers. I mean, come on.
I mean, it won't be as messy as the Landon Collins episode.
Right.
But
Hey, let's not
he's
forget
still gonna
this.
want to get paid though,
Let's
bro.
not forget this. He helped recruit some of them guys along with Logan Ryan.
Yeah.
So
And Miz.
He's not going
Miz.
on. He's
you
a
gotta,
leader
if nothing
of
else,
his
you
defense.
gotta show him some loyalty for that because he helped you.
But is he going to
bolster
give a
this
hometown
defense.
discount? Is he going to be like, you know what, Giants? I like it here. I'm going to take a couple million less, or is he going to try to maximize himself as a
Hey,
deal?
he might, at the risk of being demonetized, I might say this. He might be a hood nigga. You know what I'm saying? He might do it for the hood. He might do it for the love. He don't do it for the likes.
Yeah,
I
but
think
he's
he
gonna
will. I
want
think
more.
he will take a little less to stay here. I don't think he wants to go anywhere. He loves it. The defense is on the rise, and he knows he's one of the leaders of the defense.
Yeah, but he's going to want more than $14 million a year.
All right, you got to work something out, man. The caps are going up. We might not have a lot next year, but we might have a lot more the following year. So what do?
Right.
You pay a little more the year after. You know
Miz.
that.
I don't think he has enough stats to command $14 million a year. He hasn't made a Pro Bowl.
I agree, man.
He hasn't been an All Pro.
Wait a minute, Pat. Let me ask you something, Pat. Not everything is stats, right? You watch the guy when you watch the game. Does Peppers not stand out on the defense as one of the guys that the other offense is scared to get hit by?
Most
you
times,
tell me
yes.
he does.
Oh, yeah, he put that.
You need a
times,
guy
yes.
like that.
Yeah.
If you want to have
But
a top defense in the league, you need a guy that intimidates the other team.
I think he's worth more to us than he will be to other people. There are players like that.
He may not be used
Landon
correctly in
Collins
other
was one of those type players, but
Yes.
he priced himself out. I believe Peppers on the open market may get around 10 to 12. Unless he balls out this year. If he balls out this year, he's going to command 15 to 16. But say if he has a decent year, there's nothing spectacular. I think 15 is the highest that he would get, and that's what we would pay him because he was worth that much to us.
I don't want to hear any of this. I don't want to hear this. I don't. No, that's no. I don't want to keep it in mind.
You know what's funny is Evan Ingram runs a 4.5 at the combine, but he looks like he runs a 4.7 on the field.
But he can't catch.
What training do you need to catch? What specialist training do you need
I
to
don't
catch the
care
ball?
about.
Get the man
I don't
to
have a
stick 'em.
long-term allegiance to this guy Ingram, like you guys think. But if Ingram has a big year, it helps the Giants have a big year. So I want to see Ingram step his game up this year.
No, it doesn't.
Of course. But
that guy could get that guy. You want to talk about injury prone? That guy's been injury prone up until this year. Okay, and this year he started and he barely had 600 yards, and he went to the Pro Bowl. Okay, I mean. In this offense, you, me, Rick, Joe, we could all get 600 yards just doing nothing in this offense this year. If he can't crack that this year, he's got to go. And now you got
it may be harder though, Adam, because we have so many people.
But if Miz is telling me that he's going to be a featured guy, he's got to take reps away from guys like Kyle Rudolph. He's got to make Kyle Rudolph.
Was he a Gettleman draft?
No,
was he a Jerry
Reed?
Yeah, but what if he doesn't have all those yards, but he comes up with a 9 or a 10 touchdown season in the red zone?
Then you got to wake up from your dream, man.
Dang, what if he does that? What if he wins you? What if he wins you 2 games?
Hard, man.
What if he wins you 2 games with touchdowns in the final minute?
He can't even win us 1 game.
Man, I'm just telling you what happens.
I think the guy can shine in his offense, though. I
thought he could shine in the offense last year, and look what happened. Now you got a guy.
What offense, Adam? We didn't have no offense.
Look, okay, you got Kyle Rudolph. You got Kyle Rudolph who's going to take reps away from him in the red zone. You got Kadarius Toney who can play the slot, which he can technically play, and then you have Kenny Galladay. There are many other weapons on this team that should get more burn than Evan Ingram. Evan Ingram showed you what he did when he's the number 1 guy. Last year, he was the number 1 guy and didn't do much, even with Darius Slade. Darius Slade on a bad wheel had more yardage than him.
Okay. Last year, Evan Ingram got 108 targets, correct? I believe this year he gets around 38.
He had 109 drops.
He gets around 38 to 42 targets this year. I say out of those 42 targets, if he's wide open, the way this offense can be, he can have a pretty doggone good year.
Listen, I would love for him to have a great year. I would love for him to have a great year, help us put us in prime positions to win games, help us win games, and then that would up his trade value and we'd get his stinky Butterfingers ass out of here. I'm sorry. I would love for him to ball out, take us to the playoffs, shine, even help us get a ring if at all possible. Okay, but after that, he's out of here. I'm telling you.
What kind of sense does that make if we can afford to bring him back if he shines and get us to
He
a
has a
Super
great
Bowl?
year.
You
He's
say,
coming back, man.
yeah,
Judge Lightning, he has a great year. He's coming back.
that doesn't make
Listen,
sense.
if
It
Evan
makes
Ingram
sense
had
because he hasn't shown consistency thus far.
It doesn't make sense because we don't have a tight end behind him. We have an older Kyle
Yeah.
Rudolph.
Yeah.
Why would
exactly.
you get rid of a player that shows up to be the guy that you want him to be and then get rid of him?
if
That
You
doesn't
guys are
make any
Ingram,
counting
sense.
on a Rudolph? Are you serious? You counting on
His
a
best-
Rudolph? Are you
His
serious?
best.
And then let me guess who your other guy is. Benjamin, that clown. Are you serious?
I'm
Listen,
mad that we even signed
Kyle
that
Rudolph
dude.
has done
I'm mad that we even
more
signed
in
that
his
dude.
career than Evan Ingram will ever do in his. All right, so you can say, "Oh, Kyle Rudolph."
I know,
Yeah,
but
I guarantee you, Kyle Rudolph has more touchdowns than Evan Ingram, and won't be having this goddamn conversation because the guy will be out of here.
right now,
Early
Ingram's still the
He'll be
third
a chimney
weapon on
sweep
this
the
offense.
rest of his career for all I give a.
It's
Hey,
Barkley,
okay,
it's
okay.
Galladay, it's
Hey
Ingram.
guys,
Ingram's
hey
still
guys.
the third best option on this offense. You'll
if
see.
Evan Ingram
Let's
had
switch
gone,
it up. Let's switch it up because
well, hold on now, God damn it! I got one thing to say here. I've been trying to get it out. I've been letting these guys go off. It's been great. I love it. But I want just to, if Evan Ingram had gone to the Mark Bavaro School of Tight Ends, then I'm going to pay him. But until he goes and sees Mark Bavaro, get him off the team.
I love you, Joe. I love you.
It doesn't make sense, man. If the guy balls out and turns into the tight end that you want him to be, you can't get rid of him. You can't.
You guys are going to go in to get rid of
Wait,
Shepard.
Maybe he'll leave then. Maybe he'll leave on his own. He'll be like, you know what? I can get more money elsewhere. I'm out. Deuces.
No,
Then
if
that
that's the
happens.
case,
Then you
if that's the
franchise
case,
tag
wanna
him and
trade
then you trade him.
Let's
Yeah,
let's
you don't let
switch
him go.
gears
Right.
and get to some
No,
of these
trade him.
questions. This is a live call-in show, but I love these debates. I love talking to you guys. Expectations for Adoree Jackson. Jose says, I feel like he's a sleeper. He will definitely get a lot of action his way due to Bradbury being on the other side.
We just paid him $13 million. How can you be a sleeper?
Yeah, he's right. I think he's gonna have a good year. I think he's gonna surprise some people. A lot of people don't think he's going to do well because of his knee injury. I think they're not looking at the whole picture. We don't know what was going on in Tennessee. We have no idea what really was behind the injury. You know, it wasn't no surgery was needed. Nothing was really done to his knee. I just think it was, timing. Sometimes you're in a bad situation and stuff happens. So I think it's going to be pretty good for this team.
Hey.
Yeah, I think he's going to be definitely a pretty good number 2 for us. He is going to get a lot of action his way, but he got a lot of action his way in Tennessee, so it really doesn't matter. He's going to do the same thing. I believe he has better coaching, and I believe he's playing with a team that he wants to play for. He has people there like Logan Ryan that's going to motivate him to be better and be the DB that we all know he can be. So he's going to have a good year. I think this defense has a good year in total.
Thanks for popping in the stream, Mr. Finesse.
Solid.
So
Patrick Graham likes him. I love him. That's all I need to know.
What's up?
I just love the fact that there's so many chess pieces on the defense. I'm nervous and anxious because we all talk about how good the defense is going to be, and I want to wait until we get to September 12th to see who's on the team, who's made it out of training camp, to really get an idea of what's going on. Because I like Cam Brown, I like Carter Coughlin, I like Azeez Ojulari. I want to see how he's going to put these guys on the field.
Yes.
Because in Miami, they were talking about how bad he was in Miami. He didn't have the horses he had in Miami that does now. Now he's got guys. Even let's take
he didn't have anybody in Miami.
And they did a solid defense down there. I mean, that was the knock on him coming out. They were like, "Oh, well, we got this guy from Miami," and they just let him walk away. But now, if you watch his defense, all these pieces, he likes to play an amoeba defense. Nobody has a real position in the front seven. It really is just everybody is kind of every man for themselves. Yeah, I mean, yes, granted. I mean, look at Leonard Williams. He played linebacker a few snaps. So, I mean, this is going to be exciting. This is going to be the most exciting time to watch defense since maybe the 2007 team.
Rick, I'm going to swap you out with Mac for a bit.
No, leave him in. I'm going to head to sleep, Lou. So,
You about to head out?
Yeah,
stay in, man. Yeah,
I'm gonna have dreams of Evan Ingram dropping passes and getting.
I appreciate you popping in and hanging out with us, Miz.
I'm making a prediction. Ingram's gonna be an All-Pro this year. I'm making a prediction. All-Pro.
Miz,
and
sausage and peppers. Come on, man.
And then we let him walk for a third-round comp pick.
There you go, Miz. All right, brother. Enjoy.
All right, Miz. Have a good one, bro.
Hey, good night, Miz.
All right, be good, guys.
What a great guy.
I love Miz, man. He gets me fired up.
Mac.
Big Mac, welcome back.
Good to be back.
Hey.
Mr. Finesse, thank you for popping in the stream, man. Let me see here what we got. Jose.
It's true. That guy said Kyle Rudolph has sure hands. Listen, man, Kyle Rudolph's been to more Pro Bowls, has more stats than Evan Ingram. Now, we're not
That's
expecting...
Mac that said that. He's on the bottom left.
Oh, all right. Yeah, well, that's I'm commenting on what he just said, or what he just wrote. That's what I'm talking about, Mac. It's the return of the Mac, as they say, right?
Mac the knife, baby.
So I agree with Mac on this point because Kyle Rudolph, you watch that guy's highlight, he don't drop passes. He's not Evan Ingram. I know someone's, you only have Evan Ingram, you only have Kyle Rudolph. You can replace Evan Ingram next year in the draft. You can replace Evan Ingram next year in free agency. We're not talking about a Hall of Fame tight end here. We're talking about a guy who will be replaced anytime. Heck, he was going to be replaced last year, but Joe Judge liked him. There are teams calling him up saying, we'll give you a third-round pick. Look, Evan Ingram, I want him to do well, but in the red zone, I'm looking for Kyle Rudolph. Give me some Kyle Rudolph, 6'5", knows how to box somebody out. Can actually inline block.
Goalie ball.
But between the 20s matters too.
Yeah, we got everybody else. You got Saquon Barkley, Sterling Shepard, Kenny Galladay. I mean, we have all these other weapons that can get us plays, and not for now. You guys think that Kyle Rudolph's just going to sit there and they're going to be like, you know what? We're at the red zone now, Kyle. You can come in now. No, he's going to play third down. He's a chain mover. He's that dumb little.
He's a security blanket, if nothing else. We all know that Jason Garrett likes his Jason Witten type tight ends.
There you go. I was going to say that.
Is sure-handed, and he's going to be Daniel Jones' security blanket to help Daniel Jones take that next step to the next level this year. That's why they added all these pieces to help Daniel Jones, and Kyle Rudolph is a sure-handed tight end that is not ashamed or afraid to get in there and block and protect his quarterback. And I'm telling you.
So while you got Kyle Rudolph in there blocking, sometimes you put Evan Ingram out there.
Oh yeah,
you put him in the scene.
But I mean, you have
that's why I'm saying this guy can have a big year because we have so many weapons that if he gets that mismatch.
The statement was, if he has a good year, do we get rid of his Butterfinger self the following season?
Listen,
but just only if we can't afford him. If you can afford to bring him back, you bring him back because he will be the future tight end of the Giants.
You come up. I would franchise tag him. Look at the age too. The age give him a big old contract because he's not proven consistency. So I would rather franchise tag him.
I'm not saying giving him a huge contract. You franchise him, or if his contract is not huge, yeah. But if he's asking for a whole bunch of money, yeah, I franchise and then I trade him.
Okay, Pat, so let me ask you this.
If I'm throwing Evan Ingram the ball, I want Ingram running down the sideline so if he misses, the ball goes out of bounds.
Pat,
y'all still on the drop passes thing. Everybody know he dropped passes.
Smacking him to the
other team. But the question was, if he balls out,
do you keep him?
That has nothing to do with him dropping the ball.
Trade him.
That's if he balls out. What do you do?
Trade him for
keep him. If his contract demands are not crazy, if they are, you franchise him and try to trade him. Hands down, that's it. It doesn't make any sense just to let him walk. No, you get something for him. And if you able to sign this guy because he turned into the tight end that you want him to be, then you got your future tight end. And if he turns out to get to his potential that he can be, you got one of the best tight ends in the league. Match Kenny Galladay, to match Kadarius Toney, to match Slayton, to match Rudolph, to match Barkley, to match Jones. you keep him. If he balls out, you keep him. Plain and simple. That's it.
I mean, I agree with Pat on that. You can't let him just walk out the door. If he has like a phenomenal season, you can't let him just walk away. Because you got to keep in perspective. He's also like the youngest out of the group too, man. Like Kyle Rudolph, for what it's worth, he's a seasoned veteran. You know what I mean? So you got to keep that in perspective.
The question that should be to get the calm it down with you guys' attitude is, will he have a breakout season? I don't believe he will.
Well,
I don't think he's gonna show us any more than what he already has. He is what he is. That's what
I think he is what he is. But the question was, if he has a breakout season, what do you do with him? Plain and simple, you keep him, you franchise tag him, and you send his butt out of here if he wants. What's the boy in Kansas City?
We gotta teach you some sign language and hire you for every stream, and just have you in the upper left side just signing for my hearing impaired people. But he be over there pointing to the square that he agree with. He be killing me.
But you said you're going to keep Ingram if he balls out, but you're going to trade Shepard if he balls out.
Shepard is different.
Shepard has had like 15 concussions. I'm exaggerating.
Ingram's had
just Shepard is different. He's at a position where we have a premium of players at. We don't have a premium of players at tight end.
I'll take the concussions over the drops, man.
We've already broken David Wilson's neck. I don't want to be responsible for Sterling Shepard going all Chris Benoit on us.
You can't compare. You can't compare.
Man, that was pretty extreme.
That's dark.
Well,
you can't compare the contracts of Shepard and Ingram because it's totally two different situations. We have a premium at receiver. We already drafted pretty much Shepard's replacement if we wanted to replace him right now. We don't have a dominant tight end that we can replace. If Ingram turns out to be a dominant tight end, that means he's a dominant tight end that we need. And if he turns out to reach his potential, he will be one of the best tight ends in the league, period.
What are you talking about? We have Calvin Benjamin.
Right.
Hey, support.
And you know I'm right. That's why you're making jokes.
Welcome, brother.
Listen, Pat. I from your lips to God's ears, but I don't see Evan Ingram having the season that you think he's going to have. I really don't.
No, the question was if he did.
Who asked this question anyways? This guy's got me all fired up. He's banned from the chat.
Big Pat.
Let's switch gears, guys, please. Azeez will have the most impact out of everyone drafted. Do you guys agree?
No, I think Tony will.
I think I agree. Azeez.
The first year is the question for the first year or what?
Yeah.
Probably.
If it's just the first year, yes.
No, it doesn't. It says Azeez will have the most impact out of everyone drafted. So I think it's guessing Tony. That's overall.
That's Tony.
Overall, like for the rookie year or for the next couple of years?
The way he worded it is like, I guess, for his career.
Yes. Yes. I'll take Ojulari's career over Tony's career. I believe Ojulari will be here longer and he will produce longer. I believe he will be one of the next Giants pass rushers you talk about being pretty damn good.
And this is why I agree right here.
Well, I like him because he makes plays on the ball. You know, we haven't had a defender that made plays on the ball since O.C. Umenyiora. So hopefully this guy can bring some of that strip sack ability to this defense. That's what this defense is really lacking, is a lot of turnovers. They made some, but they didn't create as many as we want a dominant defense to do. And if in order for this team to get over the hump, their offense is going to need more chances every year, every game, right? And in order to do that, you're going to need forced fumbles. And that's what Azeez brings, is a chance to get a forced fumble.
Well, I don't know if this Giants fan base that we talk to is a little bit young and they don't remember people like OC. But you got to remember, OC was a dog.
He led the league in strip sack fumbles.
Right. We haven't had anybody like that since OC left. And you know what that brings? That does bring a lot of turnover. He brought fear to a lot of quarterbacks.
Makes them second guess their own ability and hold the ball too long.
Exactly.
Well, with these corners now holding up the receivers, it predicates a guy like Azeez Ojulari, because if he's screaming off the corner because they can't throw the ball because Jackson and Bradbury are covering these guys, it's going to be fun to watch him get some strip sacks.
I still say it's going to be Tony, because everybody was going last year. Could you imagine OBJ in this offense with Barkley, and now we got Galladay, and it's like Tony is OBJ. He's got the same skills. He's got the speed. He's got the route running.
On this real quick, because I like his skill set. What you're talking about, I just don't want people to think he's going to get 1,200 yards out the gate out the shoot like OBJ did, which nobody thought was going to happen anyways. Let's be honest. When he came in and had them hamstring injuries, no one thought OBJ was going to have that. But what I'm saying, and I agree with you, Joel, is the dynamicness of the playmaker. We don't have an outside dynamic guy. I mean, I like Kenny Galladay. If they signed Galladay and John Ross, I would have been happy. The fact that they bring in Kadarius Toney,
yes,
bubble screens it'll be more fun to watch this year. That's for sure.
Yes, that's what I'm looking at, because we're not going to get blitzed as much, because if Tony can get out and open within 10 yards, that the blitz doesn't have time to get there in 1.5 seconds. And Tony, with his quickness and his route running skills, which the draft said they needs to improve. So if he's improving them right now as they're working on it, he's only going to get better.
Shit, Kadarius can throw that thing too. Don't forget that either. He can get out there in open space. He can throw that thing down the field as well.
Great emergency quarterback. That's a good emergency quarterback right there.
He's going to make the hot route that much more special.
Yes.
If you send a blitz or anything, if you hot route Tony, if we got a 4 receiver set, you mess around and send a DB blitz and they recognize it, it's going to be a problem if he gets in that open field one-on-one.
Listen, I mean, if we have Kadarius Toney in the slot and John Ross on the outside, I mean, Tony's going to – Ross just has to learn how to catch the ball. He's got that over-the-top speed, and that's just going to open up so much more of the playbook, which is what I'm looking at.
Just keep him away from
And then when we go with the 4 wide receiver set, Shepard, Toney, Galladay, who are you going to cover? Because they don't have – no team has 4 good cornerbacks that's going to cover that type of speed.
Well, I want to see Darius Slayton. I want to see a fully healthy Slayton with an actual possession receiver in Galladay and a guy like Kadarius Toney, because I want to know if Slayton is going to be really our number 2, because that'll really indicate whether we get rid of Shepard or not, right? Because if Slayton can come out and ball out, like we call saying everybody's balling out here, so if Slayton balls out, then I can say bye-bye number 3. You know, it was nice knowing you.
Yep.
And we can work Toney in that way. I'm really excited to see what Slayton brings right now with an actual possession receiver on the outside.
Even if Slayton doesn't ball, Shepard is gone. Kadarius Toney is replacing Shepard. Even if Slayton turns out to be horrible, they got 2 first-round draft picks. They're just going to draft a first-round receiver. I'm telling you.
Well, I heard something interesting. I heard something interesting today. I was listening to one of the Giant podcasts. They had Stephen Baker on, and he said that he thinks it would behoove Toney to play on the outside because it's easier game for him to learn on the outside than it is for the slot game. So I don't know what they're going to do. To me, I look at it like this: don't force feed him anything. Give him what he knows. Make him learn his best plays and go from there. Right? What tends to happen with these players is these coaches get so fired up and winning, and he's a first-round pick. We got to shove it down his throat that they don't let them develop. If he runs 10 plays well, then make sure that he runs those 10 plays in the game and get him the ball in those 10 plays, right? And then we can worry about down the road integrating more into his offense. Right now, Kadarius Toney for me, just be a game breaker. You know, just break a couple plays open. Don't do anything crazy. Just get him into open space and see what the guy can do.
You don't force Toney to have. Go ahead,
Mr. Finesse. If Daniel Jones can produce that right there, we will go to the playoffs. With our defense
and running the ball, yes,
and Saquon running the ball or running back by committee, however we decide to go. If Daniel Jones is at least decent with this defense, that right there will get us into the playoffs. So, Mr. Finesse, I am with you. If he can give us that, we will be the NFC East Division champs.
I was just going to say that. That's a title. That's a title right there.
And to tell you what, Kadarius Toney, you don't force him
he
to
better
play.
have more than 25 touchdowns in 17 games.
In the NFC East, as long as we go 6-0 in our division and win 3 or 4 more games, that's definitely an NFC East division champs.
But I would like to say one thing about Kadarius Toney. You don't force him to be any type of receiver out there. He's a playmaker. He's a weapon. You use him as such. You put him in motion. You put him in the slot. You put him outside. You run plays to get him open. You run slants and let him go over the top. Or you run him in a dig route underneath while people are doing deep dig routes because he's a weapon. He's not a receiver 2 or receiver 3, anything like that. He's an absolute weapon. If you use him in that degree, he's going to have a great career. But if you just try to use him just make him a permanent outside receiver, he's not going to have a good career. I'm telling you that now.
I agree absolutely with you, Pat. Like he is what he is. He's a playmaker. So let him just, like you said, just let him make plays. So set him up for success. Let him have him out there, like you said, in motion, having defenses absolutely confused, guessing what is he going to do. I mean, you just gotta use him properly, man. So as long as you use him the right way and don't try to force feed him anything, like you said, can't force him to be what he's not.
Exactly.
Can't fit a square peg in a round hole.
Remember when the Giants came out and played Pittsburgh week 1 last year, how that spread offense surprised everybody? So here's a question for y'all. Do you think Toney starts week 1?
Do you mean is he on the field play 1? Because they might run the big set with Saquon Barkley, so you never know. But he's going to play.
I know he's going to play, but does he start?
Nah, I don't know.
I mean, it depends on what the play is.
Open question because
it depends on what the play is.
Right. I mean, Galladay is going to start, right, because he's going to be on the field because he's your number 1 guy. But
exactly,
I don't think Toney not starting doesn't mean he's not going to be an impactful player, right? If you want to trick him, then yeah, maybe. I mean, against Denver, I would maybe throw him out there and see what defense they're going to throw out against him. But I don't necessarily think he has to be a starter week 1. By week 17, I would hope his play increases to, I guess you could say, starter level, right?
Well, Toomer started, OBJ started, Hakeem Nicks
Toomer
started.
did not start. Toomer did not start.
Who?
Toomer did not get good until 1999. He came in 96, played games, didn't start, blew out his knee. 1997, they weren't even starting him. It was Ike Hilliard and Thomas Lewis was the starters. Mm-hmm. And then in 98, he came around. He had like 300 yards, and he had that big game against Denver. And then in 1999 is when he had 1,100 yards and blew up because he had Kerry Collins throwing him the football and not Ken Graham.
Do you see what I'm talking about with Kadarius Toney? You see how hard it was to answer that question? Will he be a starter week 1?
Yes,
that's what I mean. He's a weapon.
Well, then my question is, who are you taking off the field to start Toney? That's the bigger question. Who are you taking off the field to start Toney?
When it comes to Kadarius Toney, the person that's going to lose the most snaps is Shepard. I'm telling you that now. You're going to see Shepard very sparingly once Kadarius Toney gets into his groove. Because I believe Slayton is going to step up and be the number 2 that we want him to be. He's going to get his route running up to par to where he can beat secondary corners. And you're not taking the Kadarius Toney and just lining them up on the outside and say do outside receiver things. No, you're going to use him as a weapon. He's a better version of Shepard. I'm just telling you now. That's the way they're going to use the guy. And that's why I say this is Shepard's last year. And you may see him on the bench more than what you've seen him on the bench. I'm telling you, you got to use Kadarius Toney in that type of way.
Chicago Bears uniform in about a year.
I mean, I could see Shepard, balling out because he's got a little fire under his ass, right? Because he doesn't want the guy Toney taking his job, right? So I mean, like sometimes iron sharpens iron. So maybe the draft of Kadarius Toney lights a fire under Shepard, and now he's wearing number 3 again. Maybe I don't know. Maybe there's a little magic in that number 3.
Only way Shepard stays on this team, man, is if he beats out Darius Slayton on the outside. That's the only way he stays on this team.
I don't think that's happening.
It turns into a number 2 receiver that's dominant on the outside, and that's just not his game.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only way.
this is the way.
I hate to say it. I love the guy. I really do. Like, he's a giant through and through, man. That dude's been through a lot with us.
Yeah.
Shep's awesome,
but this is a
he's
business.
Definitely a slot receiver. He's not gonna make a career out being on the outside. That's just not gonna work for him.
Yes.
Oh, he's got New England written all over him.
Right.
Ooh.
Right.
Ooh.
Right. He has New England written all over him. He has
New Orleans
Miami
Saints.
written all over him. He has the Jets written all over him. He could go to the Jets and shine.
You can see Belichick scooping Shep up.
I can definitely
says
definitely see that
would
happen.
do some wildcat in certain short yardage and goal line spots, like Tony with Barkley in the wildcat at the 5-yard line. Daniel Jones motions out. Tony takes the snap.
You know what?
I
Actually,
see that happening.
speaking like
I think you're getting too cute now, man. You're really getting a little.
It's not only the wildcat, but I'm thinking about the read option now with Saquon Barkley back. Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley with that read option, it's going to be crazy. Because how good it was with Wayne Gallman last year. Imagine how he's going to be running out with Saquon Barkley. It's going to be nuts, man.
I am not a fan of that wildcat. I don't like that wildcat.
We don't need all that wildcat stuff.
I want line up, punch him in the freaking mouth, helmet on helmet, and push him backwards and get into the goal line.
I mean, that is a form of punching them in the mouth, though. Really think about it.
That
Yeah, it is.
wildcat. I want my quarterback who handles the ball most of the game. I want him handling the ball.
Can you imagine him in the wildcat with Rudolph going to the back of the end zone just in case they try to stop the run? They come up and it's Rudolph one-on-one. He just tosses it to him.
The way Daniel
you
Jones
can do a lot of
run,
things out of that.
The way DJ can run, I'd rather have him running the ball. He runs just fine. Yeah, he run the ball into the end zone a couple of times last year, a couple of times year before. The guy
I can't expose him to that hit, man. You know, the more you make him a runner, the more big guys are going to lick their chops and say,
why are you so against the wildcat, though, Joe?
Because it's just putting your quarterback out there for a chance to get knocked the hell out. Because
you can take him out.
Whenever I played against a team like that, my job is if the quarterback came my way, put a forearm right in the side of his head. That's what we did.
That's why the quarterback runs out of bounds.
Put him in the bathroom. Put him in the freaking bathroom.
The quarterback runs out of bounds.
That's why I don't want to run RPOs, but because I don't want him to be that exposed. Because if you teach the defense correctly, you knock him out every time he comes around that corner, regardless of if he has the ball or not.
Mr. Finesse, you're welcome on my channel anytime.
But wildcat to me is what the Miami Dolphins ran when they had no quarterback, and they took the quarterback out and put the running back in, took a direct snap. Now, if you want to line Tony up next to Daniel Jones and have him take a direct snap and have Jones kind of turn around or pretend the ball goes over his head or something, those kind of unique trick plays, I could see that happening. Hell, I could even see you doing a reverse and do what Odell Beckham did and throw the ball downfield to Saquon Barkley. You know what I mean? Like, this is exciting. For the first time, we have an exciting offense.
I'm sorry, Adam. I didn't mean to cut you off. Keep going. Okay. I get what you guys are saying. The exciting play. It's fun to watch. It's great for the fans. It gives us something to cheer for. But if I'm running a play, my quarterback is the one that 99% of the time touches the ball out from underneath the center. I don't want a stupid chance down at the goal line when we can at least get 3 points, having a fumble, a miscue, whatever. I mean, we see it all the time. It's happened in Super Bowls.
I hear you.
How many times have you seen a quarterback get injured when they run a wildcat and it goes to the outside? Who? They don't even pay attention to the quarterback most of the time.
I don't know. I think, yeah.
I mean,
say something, man.
I think both. It's a good debate.
I don't want my quarterback I want him throwing the ball. I want him handing off the ball. I don't want him to do a quarterback sneak. I've never liked the quarterback sneak. I understand the
that's
play.
One of the most
Mahomes got hurt
plays of getting the inch.
Wentz got hurt doing it. We see so many quarterbacks get hurt doing that stupid little quarterback sneak. I do not like that play. I want to hand it off to my running back.
Yeah,
He's
Wentz
the
is
guy
not a
designed
good
to hit the
example.
hole.
Wentz
pretty
get
fragile.
hurt by
Pretty
Tom
fragile.
Brady's done quarterback sneak his entire career.
I
And I
know.
mean, just because Carson fucking bum Wentz decides to do a dumb quarterback sneak and blows out his knee is one anomaly.
Yeah, right.
You know, one
I get it.
freaking anomaly. What I
Tom
don't
Brady
want to
has
see
done it his
is
whole career.
what I don't want to see is Dak Prescott type running where the guy lands on my ankle because I'm trying to carry him an extra 5 fucking yards because I think I'm Dak
That was
Prescott.
crazy.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to be cursing, but it's late, and I'm just tired of hearing about the quarterback sneak not being a good play. I'm sitting there, Eli Manning is 6'5", 240 pounds, and we sit there and turn and go 8 yards. We don't get the play when he could have fucking farted and gotten fucking an inch. You know what I mean? No, we sit there. We
I have kids that watch this channel.
we wouldn't have. I'm tired of this fucking quarterback sneak bullshit. Just do a quarterback sneak, line up.
He's got such a tirade, even his phone can't keep up with
Here
it.
we go.
You know what really grinds my gears?
Fucking quarterback fucking sneaks. That's what grinds my gears.
Look, I didn't say that not to use it. I just said that I personally don't like it. That's all.
I could see if we were using
when they
it.
do a quarterback sneak, that's when you go get your next
maybe
drink.
1 or 2 plays at the game.
I'm not a fan of the RPO, but I'm cheering it on when it works. But when it doesn't work, and I'm seeing somebody coming to whack my car, I get nervous and I don't look. And then
And a lot of that,
the RPO should be stricken from the record.
a lot of that hits on Jones is because he doesn't know how to slide yet. He
He
doesn't know how to
tries to
slide.
be like, look at me, I'm Daniel Jones, I'm tough.
He's always
well, when you get your fucking head
I
right.
don't even. Hey, Adam. I don't even believe he's just trying to prove he's tough. I just don't believe he knows how. It's not in him.
Well, then they need to call somebody from the Yankees and be like, teach her how to baseball side or some shit. Like, call up Aaron Boone and be like, yo, you need to do baseball. That's what they do with Joe Girardi for Eli Manning. They brought in Joe Girardi. Like, listen, you need to slide, Eli. Slide.
Yeah, Eli used to fumble when he slid. And his stuff used to be so retarded.
Remind me of that dive against the Eagles where he was.
Oh man, he just fumbled. I was like, "What in the hell?"
I'm like, wait, what happened here?
Say, wait a minute. Y'all say he don't know how to slide.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? You're right.
Good at. That's what he's good at doing.
Hey,
stumbling at 20-yard line.
Stumbled, but he
you guys. I appreciate you guys coming in, man. We've been going for over 3 hours. I appreciate all the viewers. I had a blast. Make sure you guys sub up to all these guys' channels, man. They make great content. We'll be back next Monday for the True Blue podcast with Big Pat and myself. You guys are always welcome back.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for having us. I love doing this.
Thank you.
You guys are great.
Yeah, it's gonna be probably on my channel next week at 8:30.
Okay.
9:30 you guys time.
9:30 East Coast. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll show up late to give you guys some time to deal with my craziness. You know.
No, you guys.
I can't wait
welcome.
for the season with you, Adam. That shit's
Thanks
gonna be hilarious.
Thanks to
Oh, don't worry. You better
viewers.
better hope they win the
Appreciate
first game
support.
against Denver. Otherwise, I'm burning this motherfucker down.
All right, fellas. Y'all have a good night, man.
Y'all too. I appreciate it, fellas.
Man.
See you guys.
Appreciate you guys popping in the stream. Good night, fellas.
Thank you, man.
Peace out, Girl Scout.
Thanks for having me.
Wow, for the night.
Hey, you guys still back here? How do you do this?